පැටලෙනා නුවනාරී මනහාරී සුකුමාලි නුඹ තමා හිත ළඟම දැවටෙනා උරු පෙමක පැටලෙනා නුවනාරී මනහාරී සුකුමාලි නුඹ තමා මැනිකේ මගේ හිතේ
किती सांगतात ते म्हाका काय सोजमोना तुका पळय नासतना जेवणूय रुचोना एकेच नदरेत तुज्या मोगाना पडलो फाटी फुडें बेबी कांयची ती नासतना स्मायल तुजी पळोवन चेडे पिसे जाता तुका आपले करूंक पळय ते आशेता इंडिया केन्ना येता वाट पळयना रावता ना टिकेट काडून हांव श्रीलंका पावता हा सोदास तुजोच मोकोतलो फोगो तुका सावरावतलो रुवानारी मनारी सुकमाली नमतमा सोदास तुजोच मोकोतलो फोगोस तुका सावरावतलो रुवानारी मनारी सुकमाली नमतमा
හිත ළඟම දැවටෙනා උරු පෙමක පැටලෙනා නුවනාරී මනහාරී සුකුමාලි නුඹ තමා හිත ළඟම දැවටෙනා උරු පෙමක පැටලෙනා නුවනාරී මනහාරී සුකුමාලි नुඹ තමා මැනිකේ මගේ හිතේ
आजा बेबी तुझे गोवा ले आऊं गोवा के बीच पे तुझे घुमाऊं कर दूंगा सेट तुझे ये दिल में तुझसे मैं दूर कभी ना जाऊं करता हूँ प्यार में सिर्फ तुम्ही से ना जाऊं दूर कभी तू मुझसे ओ बेबी यू आर लुकिंग सो स्वीट एक बार तू मिला के गोवा हमसे
මැනිකේ මගේ හිතේ දුවේ නුරා හැඟුම් යාවි ඇවිලේවි නෙරියේ නුඹේ නගේ මගේ නෙත් නෙහා මෙහා යාවි සිහිවේවි
Ma, italaga madewatena urupe makapatelena ruwanari manahari sukumali na matama italaga madewatena urupe makapatelena ruwanari manahari sukumali na matama
මැනිකේ මගේ හිතේ
Yay Baba we
Hello guys, good evening, good evening, good evening. I hope today my voice is better. Change किया बहुत चीजें. So yes, how you guys doing? कैसे हैं आप लोग? Good evening. Hope you all are fresh. And today we have a great podcast, guys. Great podcast, which I was actually waiting for a long time to have. Because हमारा क्या होता है ना, हम लोग रोज we are more of male dominant society always, and we look at towards the males more of role playing and all this, and the females don't get its place for role playing. So आज वो चीज़ है कि we will listen to the females of our role playing females. Some are new, some are very old, and also a person who plays a female role play. So who's a male. So it will be a great thing, guys. So I hope you people will enjoy and listen to them and think their side of way how they look at RP right now in India. Okay, guys, let me welcome Anya. Evening, Anya.
Hello, good evening.
Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
I'll welcome Enyo.
Yeah.
Enyo, good evening. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening, Enyo. Welcome to the
Hi.
podcast.
Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing. I'll welcome Vanessa. That's Vanny, guys. Vanny, good evening. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello, Tao. Good evening.
I'll call Mr. GJ, guys. GJ, Monica, well-known Monica in RP world. Mr. GJ / Monica, welcome to the podcast.
Hello everybody
Great. I think सब लोग रुके थे आपका मोनिका का वॉइस सुनने के लिए आई थिंक but it's great they listen to your real voice and it will be a great thing. Tokyo is there guys but she is slightly offline right now. She'll come after some time. Heba का क्या हुआ? Heba was there right?
Yeah, she's AFK. She's coming Tao.
Okay.
I think couple of minutes.
Heba also will be coming, guys, after some time. So, guys, आज का podcast is all related again to the same thing that's called role playing and certain topics of role playing which we need to touch as role players in this region. So today's podcast is we will be listening from the role players, female role players who play in our role playing world of this region. So let's listen from these wonderful girls who have participated in this podcast. Guys, आप लोगों को सबको hearts देना है उन लोगों को. Come on, everyone give hearts whoever is present. Every time you'll listen to male and everyone. Now, first time you'll will listen. Guys, hearts. Okay, girls, see, there are like 5 categories of this podcast which we'll be touching on. You can check them from the podcast chat. I put them up, topics. That's definition of RP will be the first thing which we'll be discussing on, all of us. That it's divided into 2 things. Definition of RP is that definition of what is role playing and who is a role player. Okay, these are the 2 things we'll be touching on that. The second category will be experience of your RP. It means the character which you all are playing for a long time or whatever the best character which you all play and people know you all for. वो character के ऊपर आप लोगों को बात करना पड़ेगा. उसका सब कुछ बता सकता है. Back story, future, everything. And certain things which you faced as when you were progressing that character आपको negative things जो आई उस पे भी बात करेंगे in this category. The third category will be future of RP role playing in this region and the management of server. That thing is like a thing which you can talk or you don't want to talk, then you don't want to have to talk. But we'll only talk on the management which you guys have experience had experience with, not a third party management. Fourth thing is a very important thing. That's the major problems the RP community faces. Here I want to hear from you girls everything what you all face. Normally which is hidden always, never spoken much. So ये चीज़ों पे हम लोग बात करेंगे and how to tackle them. That is very important. How to tackle them. इसमें वो OC का चीज़ें सब कुछ आएंगी उसमें. And the fifth thing is just any suggestion from you people for us. That's NP guys, 3.8. So guys, girls, let's start the topic on.
Now Heba is also here. I
Heba is
think.
here. Hi,
Yeah,
Heba.
she's here,
Electricity
yes.
issues, so sorry.
Hello.
issues. Welcome Heba. Welcome to the podcast.
मैं थी इधर पहले से यही थी मैं.
नहीं अभी आपको सुन रहे सब लोग और देख रहे. So, Heba, you can go through the topics. Podcast chat में topics डाला है. These are the topics which we'll be touching on right now. So girls, let's start with the topics. And Mr. MJ is here because he's the guy who plays a female character inside, and I want to know exactly how females are comfortable with the male female characters, those things. And he'll be also giving a lot of things how he suffers from people might be not giving him the RP as a female, but still like keeping in mind that he's a male acting like a female. All those things. So girls, let's start. The first thing is definition of RP. That's what's role playing according to you and who is a role player according to you?
For me, it's very simple, Tao. It's a very simple definition. Something you cannot do IRL that you go and do it on role play. Like you just play a character. You are not somebody, It's just a game. Yeah, it's just a game where you are just playing a character. You are not taking things to, that is why we have a definition. OC and RP is separate. That is the only reason.
Yeah,
So
tell
it's
that
like
to Indian audience.
So you girls all agree to that. Before that, Vanny, according to you,
For me, I think it's more complex, I would say, because I am relatively the new RP player, you can say, because it's been about a year for me doing RP. But I think, see, I do a lot of research and development before getting into anything. So I did a lot of research and I'm a huge fan of voice acting and everything, like even if I play story games, the voice acting aspect and everything. So to me, I feel like there has to be a direction. The character has to be well crafted. There has to be like certain traits why you are doing what you're doing, reasons, justification. So I think a structure of the character should be like in your head before you get into it. So I think for
That
me
I
that
agree
is
to.
Yeah, I agree
Character,
with
like
you.
that
it
is
has
something,
to,
yeah, that
because
all
and slowly with time, how you evolve the character and how it grows and what you do, because like see, I feel like एक basic ढांचा होना चाहिए पहले.
that is what progression is. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
that's what
true, true,
comes under character progression, to be honest.
true,
But then
true,
at
Yes.
the end of the day, if you see RP in general, it will still be a role play that you are just playing a certain character that is animated.
true,
Somebody
true.
has developed some certain feature, that is why we are able to do it.
True, true.
But
Yeah,
then,
But well, like I said, I feel
हाँ,
like
character
even if you
progression is
enter
must.
into
Mm,
playing a character, like see ऐसा होता है ना कि everybody is known for certain iconic things that
yeah,
वो करते हैं.
yeah,
So वो चीज
true.
फाइंड आउट करना कि आपके कैरेक्टर का वो मेन चीज क्या है और एस्पेक्ट क्या है
हाँ,
जिसकी वजह से कि like when people start watching you they know कि अच्छा ओके वो आपके कैरेक्टर को पहचानने लगते हैं और बोलते हैं कि अच्छा ये ऐसे रिएक्ट करेगा इस सिचुएशन में, वो ऐसे रिएक्ट. सो आई थिंक डेफिनेशन टू मी इज like a little वही है, there has to be a structure, there has to be a direction to the character. That is the definition कि मतलब
हाँ,
and
that
role
you have
player,
to manage.
like a
Like
true
if
role
you
player will actually think about the character पहले से सोच के आएगा कि मतलब अच्छा ऐसा ऐसा बनाऊंगा kind of.
yeah, I mean, if you are like,
So
let's say, on a state, you cannot go and be like, I'll use the gun in anything.
हाँ, हाँ, मतलब
yeah,
कुछ भी
That is
मतलब सी
something you
मतलब
have
आप
to
जो भी
keep in
करो,
back of your mind, you know.
ऐसा नहीं
You
होना
are,
चाहिए कि मतलब कुछ भी
yeah.
हो रहा है, एकदम से कुछ भी हो रहा है.
You have to think like if you are a
True,
civilian, you have to act as a civilian. If you are
true,
you
true.
want to be a criminal, you have to act
Correct,
like one. You know, you just have to keep that in mind that, "Arey, nahi, I'm
correct.
just a civilian. I cannot do that." You cannot just go
True,
in the hood
true.
and be like, "Arey, this is my hood. Get lost from here."
एंड वही चीज आ जाती है अबाउट स्लो
Hmm.
प्रोग्रेशन कि धीरे 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 यू बिल्ड ऑन दैट
One step
कैरेक्टर.
at a time, baby step
हाँ,
at a time.
करेक्ट, करेक्ट.
correct.
तो
The
वही
virtual play NoPixel main server, bro.
वही चीज है.
Should,
Come on.
let's not talk about right now which server has to be played. Yeah, y'all can give. आप लोग बता सकते हैं कि कौन सा आपको दिख रहा है कि अच्छा, like who does role playing and whatever. So the main topic
हाँ.
was what was role playing. Role playing. Now what I understood, you all spoke and everything. So finally we all come to one conclusion: is role playing is something a person gets something a new thing as a story of that वो मन से बनाता है, might be of something which he comes out from his own skills
हम्म,
and gets it into a virtual city and tries to show its traits or the ingredients of the character,
Yeah,
right?
correct, correct. Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So let's go to the second side of it is who is a role player? Role play कौन है?
I feel like like for me, role playing is like how actors are, right? Like actors they get a script, they just play around the script, they get into the character and they play that character very well,
Yeah,
right?
they play
Like
the
with all
character
the
perfectly.
characteristics, with all the emotions, like to the character, right? So they're not
Mm-hmm.
the person they were before who is like acting for the character. So
Mm.
I feel like a role player is that who can play the character very well, which is given to him or which he's playing.
Yeah, so that's actually the definition normally, and you all have to,
Mm.
आप लोगों ने direct hit किया है उसको अभी. Anya has hit directly, and I want to hear from others also. Please,
Mm-hmm.
girls, what you all give more ideas to it, like
An
what
actual role player, I feel ki somebody who is able to like separate their actual selves from what they are playing. I feel that's a person who is a role player who understands कि I'm not playing like अगर जैसे कोई भी कैरेक्टर अगर प्ले कर रहा है तो उसको एक अनअपोलोजेटिक तरीके से दे प्ले इट विदाउट पुटिंग themselves into that shoe. You know what
Yeah,
I
and
mean?
not changing the character when something goes wrong
Yeah,
and then they go out of
yeah.
character. So for their sake, because people might not like them,
As a
if they
as a
Hmm.
role
they
player,
change.
na, you can pick and
सेपरेट
choose.
करना आना चाहिए.
As
से नहीं
in
सेपरेट.
real life, you can't pick and choose or run away
Hmm.
from problems, but in role play, you have so many options, like so many wide variety of options that you can pick and choose what to do in further with like your role playing character or with the certain person you are role playing with. So for me, a role player would be somebody who understands the fellow role player as well. Like you have to respect कि सामने वाले का भी कुछ RP होगा, you know. You just have to maintain that boundary and limits, to be honest.
Yeah, but
But
there is a
Anya ने
reason,
बहुत
na.
beautifully बताया इस
Yeah,
चीज
but
को.
there is a reason. Like जब भी आप कहीं पे भी खेले जाते हो, everywhere they ask for your character's backstory.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to keep that in mind all the time. You just can't go and be like an angry person and your backstory suggests you are someone else. You are a nice person. You are a decent person.
Yeah.
You have to stick to your backstory and progress in your server. You don't have to
Correct.
forget that.
That's correct. That's a strong foundation for your character normally when you have a strong backstory. So everyone, like it's the same thing. What and you said, and I think all of you all agree that a role play is an actor.
Yes.
He exactly he should try his best to do acting. Now all actors cannot be best. That also is not possible. Some people have special talent in acting. We agree to that.
Even though they are
Yeah.
actors, they need to try to be better, right? Because they're
Yes.
actors, they need to improve someday.
Correct, because that has to be their passion one side to be like getting improved. But normally what happens is like let's put it this way: is people don't understand role playing is acting. They take their real understanding towards it. It's a game. It's a game. But normally he's not playing the game actually. He's come to role play. Game is only a platform right now in actually GTA RP. GTA platform है, but real thing is RPing, role playing. वो चीज़ है, वो गेम नहीं है, वो एक्टिंग है एंड ऑफ इट, दैट इज टैलेंट. So all of us agree to this thing that actually a role play is a guy who actually has to act and get his talent out. And now there's something here which is very tough I think. That is एक मूवी में आपको स्क्रिप्ट मिलता है एक्ट करने के लिए, पर रोल प्लेइंग पे आप अपने बैक स्टोरी के स्ट्रेंथ पे स्क्रिप्ट को बनाते हो फ्यूचर का. As you interact with people, it's a little tough thing. So these are the things what normally a role player should always understand. Do you all agree this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
But,
yes.
but like here in Indian RP, like we know, like not all the great characters, like great actors are appreciated and um accepted in the community. Same wise, role players who are really good, like they're not appreciated. Like they're really good, they're into their character, they're playing their characters so well, but still they're not appreciated or supported by the community.
You're
Like
I'll say
right.
I know one of those character is
Monica.
Mango.
No, there is
Mango as well.
Monica. There is like
Mango, Monica. To be honest, Monica is like, I mean, she play like he plays a female character. Obviously, everybody knows that, all right. But
yeah,
at the end of the day, when you see people talking to him, na, they are like, "Arey, ye to ladka hai." He's like
yeah,
gay, but he's not
exactly.
playing as a gay. Na, he's not playing as a gay. That's the thing. He's playing it as a female. So you have to appreciate and treat him like a female. And there are only
Yeah.
few people who has done that.
So
And
that is the
I
difference
remember there
between the
was
Indian
this one
RP
time.
community.
No,
I
and
think
you know what's the best part about GJ? Like, I'll tell you, like,
yeah.
personally, I got the opportunity to do RP with him in my initial RP days, okay? You see, the way he plays Monica is not like a guy. He actually has the empathy and
Exactly. Yeah.
sensitivity like a
Yeah.
female, and the way he talks to other females, and he will actually get into it and will empathize with you. And
Yeah.
that's the beauty about this guy. Like,
Yes,
I'm telling
He
you,
was
that's the
my
same
आई
best
thing. Like
एक सेकंड आई
इसके
थिंक मुझे लग रहा है आप लोग मुझे चने के झाड़ पे चढ़ा रहे हो.
No,
नहीं, it's
actually
not
it's
that.
correct. It's correct.
Like
no,
GJ,
I'll
you
give you an
remember?
example. Okay, like
Hey,
I'll
जीजे मोनिका दैट पायलग हूँ ना.
Yeah.
यस यस यस.
मेरे को अभी पता चला.
So
नहीं नहीं
he
मैं
was
इसका
like my first
इसका एक
female
छोटा सा
ब्रो मैं इसको
एग्जाम्पल
लेगेसी से देखती हूँ, कितनी अच्छी आरपी करता है ये.
इसका एक छोटा सा
Yeah.
एग्जाम्पल मैं वही बोलूंगी लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ आई एम इन अ सिचुएशन विथ हिम ओके एंड इफ देयर इज समथिंग व्हिच आई एम फीलिंग लाइक अच्छा कुछ हुआ है मेरे साथ में एंड वो थोड़ी सी गर्ली बात है एंड एवरीथिंग एंड ही इज देयर इन दैट सिचुएशन not for one moment will that guy part of him come into his character and he will be like Arey why are you talking about this, you know, he will actually talk to you like a girl and console you and make you feel like that.
Yeah.
So I think
Like
that thing about him, I truly appreciate what he does with his character.
The same incident that happened with me is like when GJ, you remember हम हथौड़ा के घर पे गए थे. I think I was the one doing the interior. So
Yes.
I was doing the interior, and you know there were like scenes where it was written some stuff, and he was like so mature and so real about it. He was like, "Arey yaar, we slept last night."
Yeah.
Like there were things like that, and I was like, okay, I mean, because I am mature enough to understand, and that was the proper definition of ERP I got for the first time in my life.
हाँ.
Like
I was like,
whenever we used to
okay.
like yeah,
Yeah.
whenever we used to
Hold on.
have like this girls talk, me and Gigi used to have this girls talk, and I'm having this boy issue. So it was so much fun.
आई
So
हाँ.
थिंक ये कुछ ज़्यादा हो गया। मैंने काफ़ी बार इन आर पे बहुत ज़्यादा गलतियाँ करी है, लाइक ग्रामर में, जो मैं करता
No,
हूँ, कभी बोल देता
I
हूँ एंड पीपल बी लाइक, "हैं! ये कैसे बोल दिया भाई? ये कैसे? हेलो ये क्या है?"
no,
और
but
मैं फिर
दो
बहाना डालता हूँ
नहीं
कि
नहीं नहीं
2
पर
लैंग्वेज मेरी है, मिक्स हो जाती है एंड ऑल,
think the most
वो
बट
लोग
important
वो लोग
part
जो
is that
बोलते
you
हैं वो
put
चीज़
in
ना,
effort.
you should understand जीजे, वो लोग जब बोलते हैं ना, they are themselves not in character, वो
But
कैरेक्टर से
that
बाहर आ
that
चुके
is
हैं.
rules training. They can do that, they can do
Correct.
that in RP.
They can do, but not in RP. The whole idea in RP is told to you that even if you see anybody breaking a rule, it's not your job to even flag it that period of time. You have to finish the whole scenario, character, everything, and then you really want to flag it, then you open a ticket eventually. And the worst thing is you should not tell the whole world that you opened a ticket. That's not
Mhm.
how it happens actually. उधर
True,
थोड़ा
true,
थोड़ा मेच्योरिटी आना मांगता है लोगों को. But yeah,
true.
anyway, it was like you girls appreciating MJ is a great thing. Future अच्छा है आपका. Don't worry, Mr. GJ. Future अच्छा है because you are.
नहीं, अगर आरपी की बात करो तो हाँ, रियल लाइफ में एक फ़ायदा हुआ है। मैं मेरी बहन के साथ शॉपिंग पे जाता हूँ और वो मेरी पसंद का लेती है। तो ये एक बहुत बड़ा फ़ायदा है कि वहाँ टाइम वेस्ट नहीं होता मेरा खड़ा रहने का।
Girls, just 1 minute. I need to clear some chat first.
Yeah.
Guys,
यस।
listen. इधर हम लोग ना, I'm talking to the chat, huh, guys. थोड़ा ये करो.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, sure.
all the people who are watching the right now the stream whatever it is, listen to one thing. You all come here for podcast. आप लोग podcast के लिए आए हैं, सुनने के लिए इन लोगों से जो लोग इधर बात कर रहे हैं अपना आरपी के बारे में ये कर रहे हैं. आप लोग का जो होता है ना, किसका कौन क्या है,
बोल.
कौन क्या है, what you all do is no, we will open Reddit for you all soon. Reddit is open, but we'll launch it for you all. You all go and fight there and do what you all want and have a
To
good time there.
quiet.
But don't do this in people's chat and all this. You all do this in lot of people's chat. Stop this. आप लोगों का जो फीलिंग होता है ना उधर निकालो, इधर मत निकालो. इधर you watch. If you like it, you watch. You don't like it, don't watch. Watch something else. Otherwise, you listen. Try to give more feedback on the people who are talking here. Be positive, okay? Please. और नहीं मांगता है मेरे को ये देखने के लिए. जस्ट रिलैक्स. आरपी कितना, कौन कितना आरपी करता है और कौन कितना नहीं करता है ना, मेरे को बहुत पता है ये चीज़. मैं भी थोड़ा हिपोक्रेटिव मुंह नहीं खोलता हूँ, बट मैं वो बोल रहा हूँ आप लोगों को. डोंट ट्राई टू टीच इन दिस चैट हु डज ग्रेट आरपी व्हाटएवर. डू इट ऑन रेडिट. विल ओपन सम थ्रेड्स फॉर डू इट. इधर आप लोग ये लड़कियों का सुनो, उनका पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू देखो, सो दैट यू ऑल नो व्हाट काइंड ऑफ आरपी दे डू. दे फेस प्रॉब्लम्स एंड ऑल दिस. डू दैट, ओके? Girls, I'm sorry, we are back. So yeah, we all understood the thing is right now that role play is an actor, and an actor in RP should require also a supportive actor who gives him support to do a good RP,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So now let's go to the next thing. The main thing is experience of your character. This is a great thing. I think I am there to hear what exactly you girls have made your stories and all this and how you'll progressed. And I'm sure many people want to hear these things because ज़्यादा focus नहीं होता है इस पे, but it is very important to focus on these things also. So it's, come on, anyone can start with their character, the main character.
The main character.
Yeah, the one which you want to tell people what about that character, which you like, which you feel like always to do role play.
Mine was like Heba character, and mostly people don't know actually. I purchased a laptop and I was just interested in playing GTA 5. Okay, so one of my friend, he like GTA servers where we were disconnected again and again. So I was really frustrated. So he said to me that he will show me a server that will never get disconnected. So he introduced me to RP. So I start playing RP and I searched on YouTube like what's RP and everything. And most people don't know this because I never said it online and I'm saying it for the first time. He showed me a stream of Rakazon Gaming in which a person was holding a camera. And I was like, what is he doing? ये कैमरा क्या है, ये क्या है फीचर, ये मैंने आरपी खेला लेगेसी, मुझे पता नहीं क्या है. Then he told me it's such a thing as news RP. So then I went and मैंने कैमरा लिया, न्यूज़ की जॉब ली, and it just started from there. And at first it was really nothing. न्यूज आरपी नाम का कुछ कॉन्सेप्ट होता नहीं था इंडियन रोल प्ले में. Not many people did that. लोगों को पता भी नहीं था. And then I met one of my really good friends, Python. You know him, Tao?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
we
Python.
started doing news RP together actually. Yeah, we started news RP in Legacy when actually not many people had any idea. And then we just went on doing it and never ended it.
No, I know about that RP also. I was not there that time in RP. I left. I think that started after the first wipe of
Season
Legacy.
2. Yeah,
Yeah.
in season 2 we started doing it.
I heard that RP, like I used to come sometime on Discord and I used to PP and all those, or like PP told me, our Python told me about this. Ki there's one girl called Heba and she does really good news RP and all those things and everything. So it's great. It's great. Actually, the whole idea is your progression. You took something as a trait of yours. Heba is a good a communicator in the city and she can talk and give news and all those things.
Yeah,
So
her
do you,
backstory is like she has no one to lose. So she's kind of a fearless person. She was raised in an orphanage, so she has nothing to lose. And she
so
just struggled really hard for her whole life. That's why she's so interested. That's why she just argues with people that no, she wants news. She's kind of a ziddy person. And yeah, I mean, she's connected to her backstory really well.
okay. So when you were doing this RP, you were trying to progress this character. Did you face some problems and whatever it is like there was no counter RP or people were going out of character like when you wanted to initiate something or you were throttled down because you are female and that thing was shown to you in RP that you are female, those things. Did you feel those things ever?
Fortunately, this point that I'm a female, I should not do this, never encountered to me in RP. But Python, he made everything easy for me. We were never like with each other. We had ideas like crazy opposite. I was like north and he was like south, but we worked together best as a team. And as I said, there was no concept of news RP in Indian community, so people had no idea what to do. And the things that mostly on like almost it was on the verge of ending my RP. I was almost about to quit my news RP was because of the PDRP. Like I'm not bashing any server or anything, but wherever I go, they were like, leave the area, leave the situation. They were doing this RP, should not go because they had no idea about what's news RP. Never people like they don't do it. So mostly at
Okay.
starting, I was about to quit, but
Okay.
like my teammates, they kept pushing me. Python kept supporting me, and yeah, we also supported each other as a team. We were like, no, we will keep doing this. Whatever happens, me or Python, we are like, हम तो करेंगे, कुछ भी हो जाए. पुलिस नहीं मान रही तो भी हम घुसेंगे सिचुएशन में, हम तो रिकॉर्ड करेंगे, आप कुछ भी कर लो.
Actually, Heba, I'll be very straight on that. RP is, yes, it's right. But in real life भी पुलिस करता है वैसा, but इधर RP में it was not exactly their role playing, but it was something which they were taking it serious, thinking that why we should allow them. एक वो लोग कैसे आ सकते हैं इधर? Because what SOPs tell them is like you are police officer, you are authority of everything, you can decide everything. बट वो नॉलेज अंडरस्टैंड करने के लिए कि एक मीडिया आके मीडिया भी इज अ फोर्थ पिल ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी कैन come
Exactly.
inside
Yep.
and
Yep.
they are the ones who will show the right thing and whatever it is, that is also a role playing which should be opened by police. But yeah,
Yep.
they can play if they are playing a role play like in a such a way that they don't want you all to come because it's their role playing. They actually are acting right now. They are not doing it without any like उनको knowledge नहीं है बोल के इसलिए नहीं कर रहे. उनको मालूम है कि फोर्थ पिलर है, उनको बुलाना पड़ता है, but still is not allowing you because they have something planned, they don't want to show you and all this. That is role playing.
Exactly.
That's
See, at
slightly
first it was understandable because people had no idea what was news RP. So it was kind of, we also understood it. We were like, ठीक है उनको पता नहीं है क्या है, let's just create this कि हाँ चीजें होती है. But still now, if people are like, they still don't fear the media. As a police officer, you should fear the media, how they show you in front of the people. People should see the news and they should react on it. But still, I don't know, even after like इतनी मेहनत करने के बावजूद, people don't react on the news. Like they don't
no.
see कि
Heba,
okay news आया है, they
I'll tell
should
you
do it.
I'll tell you something. लोगों का उतना गलती ऐसा नहीं मान सकते हम लोग because there is a something immaturity in RP also, no? Because they don't know exactly what the whole thing is, how city functions and how everything in the city works with each other. तो उनकी गलती उतना नहीं. And the second problem to it also are sometimes mechanics of the server which are not there and all this thing to do that RP in a proper flow. वो भी होता है. So possibly क्या है चीज़ को कि like those things. Now imagine like this. अभी आपने बोला कि if you catch something of a PD officer who is doing something wrong, something, and you covered that clip and you are showing on the media, what will be the outcome of that in real world? Normally, what will be the outcome?
Of course, like a community will be asking him, they will question him, like how you can do it. उसके ऊपर कमेटी बिठाई जाएगी, उसके ऊपर केस भी हो सकता है. Maybe he can be suspended until they can see like what was he doing. But
So
yeah.
there's a lot of RP which you can get. कल आप like the good citizens, like good civilians of the city, he can do protest outside police station saying that this police officer is this, suspend him. वो एक complain बैठ सकता है, कोई डिपार्टमेंट इन्वेस्टिगेशन ओपन कर सकता है, सस्पेंड हो सकता है वो आदमी. That is all part of RP. But what happens is most of the time they stop that RP there only because they don't want to follow that final this. So we have to start making those things. This is very important. अभी करना है, टाइम आ चुका है कि we need to do all this kind of RPs which are counter to each other's RPs and gives RPs to each other as their characters, not finished.
Yes, like one small RP can create so many ways to do RP, like for each and every department. Like
Correct.
I would have given up a long time ago, but it was just Python who made me, like, nahi, ziddi banna chahiye. You have to fight for what you want to do.
So normally,
I really
Heba,
appreciate it for that.
tell me one thing. When this thing happens, you get demotivated to do RP, like आप बोलती है, yeah, something like that, and then you want to be far from it or something. You don't want to
Yep.
do RP for some time and all those things.
Yeah, it happens many times.
So-
But I used to do that actually at first. It demotivated me a lot. And now like sometimes, things happen like, don't do this, don't record this, just get away from the situation. Whereas they don't have any authority to tell that to the media person. But today I'm like, मैं next level धीर बन गई. तो I'm like, मैं तो ये खड़े रही सर, आप कुछ भी कर लो, मेरा हक है रिकॉर्ड करना, मैं करूँगी. I don't stop today.
No, now that's what it is. पहले होता था because people were learning RP, but we are reached to
Yeah,
very
they
far.
had no idea about the concept of news RP. ना कोई करता ही नहीं था, so not to blame them anything.
And your EMS character?
EMS character was like, I had nothing to do in Legacy at that time, so एक announcement आई
EMS
EMS character का. So I was like, चलो ठीक है, घुस जाते हैं. तो मैंने कॉपी पेस्ट किया आंसर्स, 2-3 बार कॉपी पेस्ट किया, and I don't know somehow how I got selected. तो मुझे इंटरव्यू के लिए बुलाया, so I failed. Then they were like क्या करना चाहोगे, like how would you rate your interview? I said I failed, I know. And they were like, ठीक है, आपको नहीं गिरी. I was like, नहीं, मेरे को एक मौका दो, I really want to try this RP and everything. So the next day उन्होंने मुझे बुलाया, and then I passed the interview. And करते गई मैं भी EMS RP. It was just fun, like घर पे रहती थी, कुछ काम नहीं था. I was like valley person and you were just exploring this new character and everything. So EMS RP का मेरा कोई प्लान नहीं था, but she was like, जितना बोल्ड एंड क्रिएटिव था मेरा हेबा कैरेक्टर, EMS का जो रीम का कैरेक्टर था, शी वाज रियली शाय एंड स्वीट. शी वाज नॉट बोल्ड. उसको डर लगता था, लोगों से ओपन अप जल्दी नहीं होती थी वो. सो EMS RP नो प्लान्स, वो तो ऐसी फ्लो में होते होते पता नहीं आज तक मैं क्यों कर रही हूँ, कुछ अच्छा लगता है.
That's very
सारे
nice.
प्लान्स एंड स्ट्रेटजी तो बस हेबा के पीछे लगाया मैंने.
Okay, now I'll ask you one little sensitive question, okay? Did you ever get some DMs, OOC or something, or in RP somebody pushing you to do love RP with them?
I actually got 2 love RP requests, like no joke, seriously, not showing off. I got 2 love RP requests within like 3 weeks, like the past 3 weeks. I did.
Same.
And I showed it to
No,
my man.
इसके I'd like to say something. I'd like to say
And they
something.
were
Please.
so
to this one,
sweet
okay?
on this thing.
So Tao, I am okay. For example, I'm trying to play a very serious character, okay, like somebody who's very detached emotionally, and there's a purpose to what she's doing, everything she's doing. And suddenly in the chat, people will start pushing. अरे दीदी इसके साथ flirt करो ना, दीदी इसके साथ love RP करो ना. That time, I feel like what to do.
Exactly. That's why, I made my character at
This
like,
is
I think
always
the
there.
3rd season, I
This
made
you
my
can-
character lesbian. I was like, Heba is a lesbian, उसको चाहिए ही नहीं कोई भी. She's happy with girls.
This you can't run away from.
I still flirt with girls. Like, I compliment them a
I
lot.
flirt with everyone.
Sir, this thing
I
you
flirt
can't
with
run away from, na? You
Flirting
can't.
with girls
It's
is the
just
best
there.
thing you can do.
Yeah, I flirt with girls and I flirt with boys. I flirt with everyone. Legit.
Yeah.
No,
जीजे
no, no.
तुम्हें आया है तुम्हें this is the
yes,
question.
yes,
तुम्हें
GJ,
आया है
please,
कभी?
please बताओ हमको.
मैं वही बोलना चाह रहा था कि मेरी आइडेंटिटी तो मैंने बहुत बाद में रिवील करी थी। लोगों को पहले पता ही नहीं था कि मैं लड़का हूँ। मैं
Even
फ़िल्टर
I
लगा के
thought, yep, I
स्नैपचैट
thought
के
ये
फ़िल्टर लगा के स्ट्रीम करता था।
I thought ये वो गर्ल है जिसको लाइक बात करने की ज्यादा परमिशन नहीं है घर पे, तो दबी आवाज में बात करती है, मुझे ये लगा था।
तो मुझे 2 से 3 बंदों के डीएम आए थे, नॉट लव आरपी के लिए, बट डीएम में फ्लर्टिंग कर रहे थे, उनको पता ही नहीं था कि मैं लड़का हूँ।
Did you flirt back?
Yeah, the real question is, did you
Tell me you
flirt back?
flirted back.
मैं 3 महीने तक मजे लिया हूँ, फिर डिस्क्लोज कर
Yeah,
दिया।
he should actually, yeah. Because people go to extreme. Now, girls, this is
I
really
agree.
serious also. Y'all have really taken it, like, it's very nice that y'all are not taking it serious and taking it very, like, casual thing that, hota hai.
No, it's like when it
होता है
comes to
sir, it's very
RP
normal.
server, it's very common in every
Yeah,
RP
but
Very
server.
normal,
the love
very
of my
normal.
life in RP, so I'm not gonna say anything more.
Yeah, but the thing is, yeah, love of RP, even our owner, my server owner, Coil also found his love of life in RP only, whom he married and has 2 kids. That's okay, that's understood.
Oh.
That's understood, whatever that those things are. But the whole idea is, the main thing is when people start pressure. See, I didn't finish my question. The question is half left. See, when now imagine you got the DM, whatever we spoke and all these things. So he's pushing himself in RP, और आपने ना कर दिया. You created a wall. Okay, you just stop that. You don't want to do. You're not comfortable because your character might be not progressing in that direction. Suddenly, just because of benefits of some viewership or whatever, you don't want to do that and spoil your character progression. उसके बाद कुछ हुआ है repercussions, like something you felt that things changed around you or something, or some hatred started coming to you or something.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, हाँ मेरे साथ तो completely RP बंद हो गया था. It's like no
RP,
RP or
yeah.
nothing.
Okay.
Like ऐसा
नहीं,
था.
and RP बंद हो गया, and then Tao, this image gets tainted that अरे इसने तो काट दिया. This is so prominent ना,
Like,
this
ये
thing.
काट दिया के
Like,
बाद it's like
Jeez,
if
that
you
that
say
is the
no,
first
Yeah,
if
step.
you
मेरे को
don't want
नफरत
to,
है ये
if you
word से
if you
नफरत है.
हाँ, if you don't want to progress in that direction, if you want a more serious character, I would say this thing is overused. Like इसने तो काट दिया, इसने तो काट दिया, just because I don't know, like rejection या जो भी है, नहीं जाना उस direction में या नहीं लेना वो चीज
Yeah,
को.
exactly.
yeah,
तो
and
this
people don't
thing,
say that these things happen like in RP. They said OC हो गया. The way they talk ना ऐसा behave करते थे, OC हो गया.
हाँ,
Okay.
Yeah,
हाँ,
exactly.
correct,
Like,
correct.
don't you
Like
have
in
a
OC,
self
they never
respect or
DM'd each
something
other,
like
but
that?
नहीं, OC
Now
काट
I
दिया एक
can
दूसरे
give
का.
I can give you a perfect example of this. I'll give you my example, recent example, all right. So
हाँ.
what happened is obviously me and Mava we were a thing, all right, IRL as well, OC. But then we separated our ways. But we decided we'll stick together in RP because we are okay with it. We have a mutual understanding. And you know when I stream, people are like, "Arey, Didi Mava ne kaat diya kya? Ye ho gaya, kya ho gaya?" And that is so rude of you because you don't know what I am going through. You don't know what Mava is going through. And I'm happy
Sad.
about
That is a
everything happened to him.
personal
Like
It's
he's
life.
so
happy with my
sad.
life. And it's just so sad that you don't understand
It
there is a
is,
thing
it
called
is.
mutual understanding. When you're
True,
mature
true,
enough to understand that, that's when you get into a relationship. And if you're
true,
not, you
true.
don't get into a relationship. You are just hanging around with a girl whom you are not even going to spend life with.
एंड यार
You have
देखो
to
एक और
understand the
बात
space and the time
देखो
you're
एक
in.
और चीज वो चीज है कि लाइक if you are trying love RP or initiating there has to be a comfort level also na,
Yes,
like
हाँ
you can't
हाँ
just
हाँ
meet
बोल रहे हैं.
somebody 2 days and in 2 days of progression you'll be like, oh baby I can't live
Yeah.
without you, oh baby you can't be like that. There has to be and see, that's what I'm saying, like a lot of the times we are pushed to do this when we are not comfortable, but they do not understand that it's like there is this sort of fear also that if it's like not a proper direction में नहीं जा रहा वो चीज, and if it ends then उसके repercussions भी हमको सुनने पड़ेंगे कि अरे काट दिया, ये कर दिया, वो कर दिया.
And also like
बहुत
if I was
uncomfortable हो जाता है
so
मेरे लिए
drained
तो.
emotionally now with the
It
fact that we
happened
broke
to
up
me
or
like
anything like
all
that,
the time.
I wouldn't be able to do the RP in the same way
हाँ,
that I do
हाँ,
now. I wouldn't
हाँ.
be so comfortable with him. But then we have that understanding कि where we keep our lives
अरे
different.
मेरे तो कमेंट सेक्शन में डाल देते थे कि
And
इसमें
people
तो
have to
इसमें
understand
तो
that as
बहुत
well.
एटीट्यूड है,
मेरे
इसमें
को
तो बहुत
सब
क्या
हाँ
समझती है अपने
exactly.
आप को.
मेरे को सबसे खराब चीज पता है क्या लगता है चैट का क्या पता है देयर आर सम पीपल स्ट्रीमर्स एक्चुअली स्ट्रीमर्स दे जस्ट आएंगे यू लाइक कैरेक्टर एक दूसरे को जानता भी नहीं है ठीक है दे आर मीटिंग फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम
हाँ.
ऐसा कुछ जॉड बोल देंगे एकदम इंसल्टिंग ओके Like there is no need to insult somebody without any reason. आएंगे और उनके चैट में ओपे ओपे शुरू हो जाएगा. हाय
दीदी को तोड़ दिया.
हाँ दीदी
दीदी
को
को
तोड़ दिया. हाय like क्या
सैवेज
RP
भी
है
तो
ये?
बनना है।
हाँ
No,
वही.
it's
Like bro, हम
actually
तुझे
like
जानते भी
somewhere,
नहीं.
somewhere you know,
Yeah.
RP server में इतने like
ये बहुत
I'll
खराब
not, I'll
चीज
not
है.
name it. I'm not naming anybody, but then इतना misogynist smell आता है ना somewhere, because like you are a female playing a role play in a role play server, and then people the way they comment on things, you cannot raise your voice, or you cannot do this, or you cannot do that as a girl. Like, bro, what the fuck? Where are you living? Are you living in a like a shell? Just out of a nutshell. I mean, like there is more life around you. It's just like, you know, अरे लड़की ने ऐसे कैसे बोल दिया. I'm like, होता है. तुम लोग भी
Something went wrong, guys?
उसके
I think थोड़ा सा
Enyo
lag
guitar
हुआ
बजा
हल्का
रही
सा. Enyo guitar बजा रही है.
right.
Area, check the Discord if you can, because I think Enyo is in England, no?
I
So
have
slightly that problem might happen.
all the right.
Enyo, give us a second. I think slightly there is a.
That's
Yes.
somebody, and if I don't like you, I don't like you.
She's not
I'm
listening.
lying.
अन्य पूरी डूब
I think
चुकी
she
है।
can't hear. I think
Anya
she
is
can't.
lost
पूरी फ्लो
in
में
the
है अन्य।
नहीं दे रहा है कुछ.
तुम completely टूट चुके हो अन्यो.
Anyway, guys,
हाँ.
you all talk. I don't have a problem. हाँ, आज आप लोग बात करते रुको. आज मैं चुप रुक के सुनेगा, because आज आप लोगों का दिन है. और
Yeah,
every
मैं
all
वही
this
पे
chat,
ध्यान देख रही थी, अभी बोल
all
रही थी,
this
हाँ,
chat
शांत
who
हो
is
के मैंने बोला,
saying that.
लड़कियों में ऐसे ही होता है.
No, but all this chat who thinks that, you know, Tao will not get a chance and all this. Tao can take chance anywhere where he wants. But today is their day. I need to shut my mouth and listen to them. It's, they have to talk. Remember that. और आप लोग भी सुनो. Because ये चीज़ उनको बहुत तकलीफ भी होता है अंदर से, जब ये चीज़ें होती है तभी कोई नहीं आता है आप लोग वो सपोर्ट देने के लिए. So let them talk and let them tell what they have to talk. So आप लोग सब सुनो. Yes, girls, go ahead.
Dude, I have this character, okay? She's like a chui character. She's like a flirt, okay? So she
हाँ.
flirts with everybody. Like she gives signs to a lot of people and like so she's just playing with them, right?
हाँ
So
हाँ.
every time playing with some
Now,
like other
actually, I was at
female.
work, so I will reach home in like 5 minutes. I'll talk. I'll join
Okay.
then.
Okay, Annie.
So I'm just playing with them, playing around them, and then chat में सब लोग शुरू कर देते अब इसका भी कटेगा अब उसका भी कटेगा. No,
कटेगा तो fine है, like वो fun way
you
में
should
is
not
fine रे.
no you should not talk to her or something, you know, काट
हाँ
के
ये
just
बहुत
like
करते हैं भाई, हद है.
so it happens like all the time.
No, but the thing is, what I understood from you all now when you were talking all these things, right? You all are so you know, grateful, like, to other people. Anyone else would be like, you know, just ranting and saying this is wrong thing and whatever. You all are grateful to, you know, understand these things, that men do these all idiotic things. That's a great thing from your side.
That's why we're laughing about it, you know, Tao. That's why we're just laughing about it and talking.
And some of those cringe one-liners, बाप रे.
Women वो
मैं
एक
तो
करते हैं
मर ही
चाय
जाऊं,
वाला
मन
कप लेके.
करता है ट्वीट मार दूं उसके मुंह के सामने.
No, but
यार इतने cringe one-liners होते हैं ना dude, क्या बताऊं मैं.
let me ask you all the remaining half of the question. Okay, now
Yeah.
these things, what they do, DM होने दो और कुछ होने दो, सब कुछ. Okay, I DM I don't favor at all, but in RP, yes, a guy's character moving towards to, you know, find a girlfriend or find a fiancé or might be even want to get married is possible in his progression and everything. That's not an issue. Issue DM, yes, DM is an issue. DM is out of character and you should not fall in that trap. But there is another problem. अभी वो बंदे को ये भी समझना मांगता है, उसके ऑडियंस को भी समझना मांगता है कि he has a good story, okay, everything is good. But what about the person he will approach to? Does that story fit into that person's progression? Now, when that person says no, the whole thing has to be in RP after that. They cannot go out of RP. It cannot go to chats. It cannot go to OC hatred.
Cannot. It cannot.
And that person himself who had come to us, the character, he himself should be telling these things to others, not to even, that was my, like, you know, progression of the story. It has nothing to do with my IRL thing. So all these things has to happen according to me. I think so. This are very important thing for
I
maturity
feel
for all
like
these
the
role players.
only time people need to maybe go overseas is the time if they're doing an RP which is somewhat offensive or that might hurt somebody's feeling. That is the only time that they should go to DMs.
Correct.
True.
So we need to understand that we all have to, you know, in this region have to also understand first of all to respect a woman in real life, and second thing to also understand in a role playing scenario that they too also have their traits, and they too have their ingredients to create a massive story. They too have the capabilities and all the things to become, might be even the chief of police, who might be tomorrow, like in NoPixel main, the chief justice is a woman actually. So all these things,
So
top
that's what
jobs.
I was going to touch upon. I was just going to touch upon when we had the anniversary, right, for No Pixel.
Yeah, yeah.
And from main, we had people come over from the main server. And there were some females and everything. The vibe that I felt was they were so empowered. They were so like
Yeah,
solid
I
women,
see that
and
whenever
they
The
just
I
did
boys were
right.
cheering
And
your
the
heart.
moment, yeah, and the moment, like I got on stage. So I'm just talking about experiences where you do feel a bit of a difference, that yeah, okay, like we still do have to go a long way and
So
work upon certain
yes,
things
yes, yes, yes.
in these aspects.
The whole idea.
Because
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What?
no, because I personally, like, I have a lot of guy friends, okay, and I have a lot of respect for how guys are and everything, and I am like that. But I like it when they support us and sort of lift us up, because at the end of the day, you also have to do that for us and make that path for us, kind of.
Possibly,
So
I will
yeah.
say yes, we have to do that and all those at a limit. Some people don't agree to it. Okay, that's their problem, whatever it is. But in role
Hmm,
playing, we should always
hmm,
think that we are role playing characters and everything inside. Our
hmm, hmm,
mansikta cannot be from
hmm,
outside, or our upbringing of how in the society or something like that.
hmm.
It cannot
Yes,
come from
yes,
that. Your role playing has to come
exactly,
from that character's point of view and how he has to be.
exactly,
He can be
exactly.
abusive to a woman, whatever it is. But if he's abusive to a woman in RP, he should always understand that he should be a different character in real life. He cannot be
Correct,
abusive to
And
correct.
a.
a lot
Uh,
of people in RP, they just say something really bad to a
Am I
girl's
audible?
team or something which he thinks he might be very cool by saying it. And then there is
Hmm,
like in the chat, you're so cool, you said this to her or something like that, which is not
hmm.
nice because you're doing this for the views.
See,
And
it has to be backed with reason. I don't mind negative RP, okay?
no,
Sometimes it
that
can be
is
very
fine, but
good.
doing that to
Ha,
become cool in
reason.
front of the
There
chat,
has to
that
be
is
a
not
reason.
right.
There has to be a reason. It has to
See,
be backed up with reason.
Yes.
let me put it this way to you all, that this region requires an extra buffer to it of those RPs.
Hmm.
Because in
Hmm.
this
Hmm.
region,
Hmm.
it becomes a streamer's duty that if he's giving a toxic RP inside with a female or whatever it is, that's his character he's
Hmm.
fighting. But he should always know that he talks to his chat in a positive way of that same character, so that the chat never thinks that he is actually
Yeah,
saying
but
it
Hmm.
it
Hmm.
doesn't
really.
happen
Hmm.
that
He,
way,
yeah, he
Hmm.
needs to
ये होता नहीं
differentiate.
है but
वो
ये
करना
होता
पड़ता
नहीं
Hmm.
है.
है.
होता
एक
ही नहीं है.
एक
You know, Tao, the
yes.
biggest thing is like me, I am somebody, I'm not even from India. Okay? I'm not even joking. I'm not even from India. And where I come from, it's okay to be toxic. All right. I mean, where I come from, I have been like that all my life. So if you give
Hmm.
gali to me, I'll give gali back to you. But the
हमारा
thing
हुआ
is,
था
I don't
Enyo,
take
I
it
remember.
OC.
Hmm.
I don't take it
Same, same.
OC.
Yeah.
Hmm.
मेरा
मैं
रहने
OC,
को हुआ
I'll be
था
like,
कांड.
I'll tell it on the stream. अरे it's okay, it's just RP chill, कोई ना देख लेंगे, it's okay. And if I break some rule ना, and I'm like, अरे it's okay, admin will look into it. If I broken rule, I'll get the ban. And I'm okay with it now. Honestly, I realize my mistake and I'm okay with it. Like
Yeah.
obviously, I'm a role player too. But then there are people who are like, OC गाली दे रहे, bro. What kind of character you have? OC,
Yeah.
I'm not saying a single thing to you. If you come to me Tokyo and me, we fought so many times in
So
RP in
like
such
so bad.
a
But
bad
we still
way.
talk OC. Like
And OC, we play games together, Tao. That is the difference between a male role player and a female role player. Because we don't take things OC. If you come to me OC and talk to me in VC, I'll be like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, they're like
Come, let's
talking a
play.
lot of shit OC on streams, which is like indirect, but
Ah,
people can catch the hints, like who you hinting towards.
So I have a
and
question for you. मुझे like आपका ओपिनियन चाहिए था इस चीज पे. Like मोस्टली जो गैंग आरपी होती है, फॉर एग्जांपल वो वॉर को अगर जाता है, फॉर एग्जांपल गन फाइट्स वगैरह होती है. डोंट हैव यू एवर सीन एनी, अपने सर्वर में देख लो नो पिक्सल के, अभी तक आपने जितनी आरपी देखी, हैव यू एवर सीन एनी गर्ल गेटिंग इन्वॉल्वड इन इट? Like
I have
No.
got the
no, right?
opportunity. I have
But
got the opportunity.
it's okay to
Like
lose,
I have
right?
got the
You
opportunity.
don't
they're
need
not
to
involved
always
in the
win.
warlords, like so there
हाँ.
might be like
I
fights
mean,
or
that is
something.
something you cannot change. That's the concept of whole gang RP. Like,
But
if a girl
there's
is
a
in a
specific
gang,
There's a specific
She's a
reason
grinder.
why.
She's a grinder of the
There's a
group.
specific reason why I chose Cosmic and that group to do to do gang RP with, because I developed a really good friendship. I started doing RP, and those people used to put me on the line. They're like, "Listen, madam, you have to train. You have to learn how to do this. You have to learn." So I did RP with some really good guys, like some really good guys who pushed
Same,
me to do better. Ki nahi yaar, you
same.
I
can
have
also
only
do it.
seen people like not they're not letting girls getting involved because they think उनका एम अच्छा नहीं है। भाई तो क्या हो गया? हार गए तो हार गए। जीतने के लिए थोड़ी है।
But whatever
Nah,
the
but
thing
मेरा
this is
is,
the thing that
हार गए
na,
तो
if
हार
you
गए,
are a
मर गए
group
तो
of
मर
so
गए।
many people, if you're a group of so many people, not everyone can shoot. That's
ट्रू,
the main
यस।
thing. That's the
हाँ।
most basic
यस।
common
अरे
sense
ठीक है,
thing.
सी देयर आर 4 शूटर पकड़ लो, 4 लोग ज्यादा है शूट करने के लिए, पकड़ लो। तो कभी दे ऑलवेज गो, ठीक है, ऑलवेज 4 है, तो अगर नेक्स्ट टाइम जा रहे हो इन्वॉल्व अदर पीपल एज वेल ना। हार गए तो
Hmm.
हार गए। एक
वही
हमेशा
वही
जीतना ही क्यों है? हार गए तो हार गए, खराब है मैं तो खराब है मैं।
like it's a
करेक्ट
game,
करेक्ट
right? Like everyone should get a chance to be there, to
हम्म
be in the
मेरे
gang
को एक चीज याद आई, पता है? तब
हाँ
मेरा aim was very nice. I got 2 people and then you banned me.
What?
When? Where was this?
You
What?
remember the one time I got banned from NoPixel? You remember? Tao.
BenQ, I'm sorry, but I really don't look into the bands and all this. I only look into my
Let's end your
favorite.
talking.
Ah,
No,
Enyo,
no,
sorry,
Tao, you
sorry.
got. You were the one to give me ban, Tao.
I
You
banned you.
forgot that. That's another thing. But you gave it yourself.
When was this? But I just want to remember and
Arey,
refresh my this.
Tao, you remember the Brazilian admins who came on the server and I wasn't aware of it. And they were, killing me every day. And then one day I got so mad
Ah,
that I went ahead and killed them. So that was the day I got banned.
okay, might be. But that time
Uh,
I was involved a little bit in this because those Brazilians directly
uh,
contact me. Might be because of that I
yeah,
involved. Otherwise, I normally don't
yeah.
involve myself. I only involve for only one person for everything. Is that is gunshot.
Uh,
ओनली उसके लिए तो मैं डायरेक्ट इन्वॉल्व होता हूँ, बाकी के चीज़ों पे मैं मुंह नहीं डालता हूँ ज़्यादा। सो दैट्स
yeah,
इज ओनली
but
थिंग।
that day I
वो अलग
had two
सुप्रीमेसी
KD,
है ना।
okay, Tao?
तो वो मेरा
Okay.
रेमी है एक्चुअली सर्वर का, सो इट्स लाइक आई हैव टू
Uh,
प्ले विद दैट थिंग।
he had to look in.
या बट ही इज अ लॉट ऑफ बसड़ करता है, पर वो his टॉक्सिसिटी इज नॉट टू do anything to others harm and whatever it is. But forget about gunshot, he's coming later, his podcast is at night. So yes, let's come to the main topic. Is yes, you all are all facing this severely as how you all just spoke about it. Yes, आपको होता है this thing ना, वो चीज़ जो आप लोग ने टच किया है ना, that females has to also be given that same thing. Yeah, they have to earn it anyway in the city by showing those thing traits and whatever it is, but they should be given that chance to grow. They cannot be pushed and cannot be told like आप मेरे गैंग में ज्वाइन करो पर आप गैंग लीड करेगा, वो दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. वो चीज़ का एटीट्यूड नहीं रखना मांगता है किसी को. एनीबडी कैन डू दैट. And I'll give you example of NoPixel main. If you all see something, no, there are a lot of females who rule a lot of places there in gangs and all those places,
Right.
different things and everything. They are empowered a lot.
So
And
that feels like a dream, to be honest, when you look at that.
but for that, no, there's a thing of Vanny. It's a global viewers, like
True,
sorry,
true.
global
Nah, that
players.
is true.
They're not
Yeah,
from
that
one
is true.
region.
That is
They play from
true,
every
true.
region. So
That
it,
is the best part.
yeah. So
But
they
the way that server is made, it's so beautiful. Like every
Yeah,
and
aspect
you can
about
get
it.
all kind of RPs.
And also, it's like 5 years now, so they are like a family. They know each other so well. They'll fight on the fucking.
Yeah.
They'll remove their content, and then they are sitting behind and all those things. So
Yeah,
they have
yeah.
this. It's none of theirs. They know everything what is going on,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
they know. See, their idea towards things is all this. They also get this toxicity. People writing in chat, this and that. But they normally push them to Reddit. Reddit पे
Of
करो like,
course.
and then they take maza of it, whatever, they take full content out of it, but they are all together. They don't get affected on it. None of those people get affected. So same thing has to happen to us also, because toxicity cannot be removed from the world anyway. It's equal balance to the things. But if the people who have been pushed to that corner are all together,
I
and
feel like the win-win mentality needs to change. When the win-win mentality is changed, then only we'll find the RP.
Yes.
वो विन विन मेंटेलिटी आन्या इज ऑल्सो फॉर मेल्स. वो कल भी टच किया है, वो सबके लिए एक्चुअली फॉर एवरी साइड, बिकॉज
Like,
एवरीबody wants to win.
no, it should be in like every RP. So, like, no, like when we were in Legacy, there used to be times, where police used to like lose, like because the samne wale ka RP is so nice, right? So that is what the difference is, right? I see that in NoPixel main as well. So they lose a lot of situations, not even in like uh, robberies or anything, but in any other situation. If the samne wali ka RP is better than yours, then you let them win. It's
Okay.
not like I want to win for my views. No, I want to just make views
No,
out of it.
actually, you win according to your progression situation there. You don't even know if you'll win. Whatever will
Yeah,
happen is you have to take it in your plate because that's your part of your progression of that. You cannot
yeah.
justify your win or loss with your stream or chat. Oh, to completely failure RPA. So you can't even, it's out of character what he's doing there. So I accept those things. That is a win mentality a lot. That is there everywhere. I'll be very straight to that. Win mentality सबके पास है. पुलिस के पास है, gangs के पास है, even civilians के पास है
But
कभी कभी.
like most
सबके पास है वो.
importantly, like Indian RP is totally like very like what do we say? Like they just want
Egoistic.
to do no,
Egoistic.
सर
they
यहाँ
just
पे
want to do
देखो
like
यहाँ पे
gang
बात
or they just want to do like
नहीं यहाँ पे
assassin.
it's just a very simple thing. See, everybody is competitive. That is there, okay? That you can't change.
Mm.
But the thing is, the only thing we're talking about is getting the opportunity to be there in
Yeah.
this situation and like being able to be a part of that situation. Like
Give a
that's what
chance
we're
to
mainly
prove things also
talking
if they
about.
think they are not proving or whatever it is in that terms.
Correct, correct.
Yeah.
And also, Tao, like you cannot clap hands by only one hand, single-handed, nothing happens. So it
Yeah.
just like anything that escalates the situation, it goes hand by hand. You have done something, so she is doing something, or he or she is doing something. So it just like you have to understand that the mistake cannot be always one-sided.
Yeah.
So it just
Hmm.
keep people don't understand that, and everything goes on to ego. Like, अरे ऐसे कैसे कर दिया? She, as a girl, she is not even a good girl, like even a right girl. You don't get to judge me over there
True.
in front of, like, I'm not talking about in RP. I'm talking what you do OOC on your stream. You don't get to judge me because you don't know me OOC, where I come
Hmm.
from, or what my
Hmm.
background is, or how good of a or how bad of a character I am.
Hmm.
I could have hurt people in bad ways, and then I could still be nice to you. That doesn't mean that I'm a good person. I could be the worst person ever. People could have done things, but then there are people on stream, judging by what your character is doing in RP, and then commenting OC like in a extreme manner, and that is so wrong in so many ways.
Hmm.
First of all, you are a hypocrite to say that.
No,
Hmm.
I
OC
mean,
things
they
should
don't
never be a part of your character actually. OC you
Hmm.
can
Yeah.
have
Hmm.
dramas you can create on certain
But
reasons, but when
like that is one of the points how they can actually get views out of it. That is one of the
Yeah.
masala they get on RP
मेरा
streams.
तो पता है when I initially started doing RP ना I was very naive ठीक है I did not know about how things go so I was very nice to everybody very sweet because that time my character was not progressed enough ठीक है very
Yeah.
sweet nice girl being nice to everybody I was I have to say okay suddenly I got a lot of love okay a lot of love lot of appreciation from everybody suddenly I grew very well and everything because my character was nice the minute my character started shifting and getting dark and it was not taking what others were just giving to me on a plate and I started saying opinions and this and then it started shifting the love and attention so that I realized ki then later on I realized ki at the end of the day you have to do your RP it should the what others said shouldn't matter because it's an endless loop.
the whole idea is always remember one thing, girls. The important thing is you are the person who will do the RP. The people will come and watch it and enjoy it. Don't allow it to be opposite that the people will come and tell you to do what you have to do.
Mm.
Exactly.
आप उसमें
No,
फंस गए ना या
I remember Tao, I was getting like a lot of OOC hate and this and that. I came to you. You told me that, listen, from my side, if you are doing RP and you're not breaking rules, you can do whatever in your RP. And that time, sir, I was like, मैं खुला सांड की तरह अपनी RP करूंगी. I will not think about because see, if the staff is there now to protect you and take care of you and have your
Yeah.
well-being, you really do not have to worry about what people say. Because आप नहीं please कर सकते हो, आप नहीं समझा सकते हो, you have to do your own thing. So at the end of the day, doing RP for me, मेरे एक्सपीरियंस में ये चीज रहा है कि अगर स्टाफ अच्छा है, एडमिन्स अच्छे हैं ना, तो मैं तो अपनी आरपी करूंगी. आई डोंट केयर दैट.
No, the whole
I've
idea
come to
is.
this
That is
point.
like very important.
No, I
Like
think all the admins are like that only possibly क्योंकि वो
Hmm.
काम admin का simple है वो उसको understand करना है कि why you have opened a role playing server is for a certain reason is to role play for females and
Hmm.
males also and show things which they cannot achieve in real life and show the
Correct.
viewers what they don't know they can learn from. Abhi you cannot do
Hmm.
that and we to can't I am to personally completely like that. I'm like I don't like those things when one side is favored. But NoPixel ka there's a like NoPixel's own theory on those like understanding because of that NoPixel main has a lot
Hmm.
of female players playing that because उनको side में नहीं धकलते उनके talent के ऊपर ऊपर वो
Hmm.
लोग आगे जाते हैं. You know, there was
Hmm.
recently a event also, if you all know, some months back that is during the Pride month.
Hmm.
Pride
Hmm.
month. So
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
was
Hmm.
decided by a lot of people from the main serve who are doing that RP, and they are open. And
Hmm.
people have not no issues on that. They are open to it because they live into that world that they don't have this prejudices on people. If you are male,
Hmm.
female, or you are transgender, whatever it is, no, they
Hmm.
don't have those.
yeah.
Why? Because they're playing anime character. In
Hmm.
our region we have taken the character and our real life together. Real life में आपकी सोच हो सकती है वो
Hmm.
आपकी
Hmm.
सोच हो सकती है कि आपको वो टाइप का चीजें पसंद नहीं वो सोच हो सकती है बट आपके कैरेक्टर को
Hmm.
वो सोच नहीं आ सकती है अंदर वो
Yeah,
कैरेक्टर
because
Hmm.
को.
he lives in Los Santos and here every
Hmm.
you're free to do anything.
ओके छोड़ो
अब
वो
सर
बात को
वही
इवन
है.
आई से इवन ऐसा सोचो कि ओके उसके कैरेक्टर को वो सोच है ओके उसके
Hmm.
कैरेक्टर
Hmm.
को सोच
Hmm.
है एवरीथिंग इज लाइक दैट एवरीथिंग ही इज प्लेइंग अ
Hmm.
परफेक्ट एक्टिंग ऑन दोस थिंग्स देयर एंड देयर.
Hmm. Hmm.
Now the
Hmm.
whole idea is you need to justify those role play to because it
Make
will
it
be
believable.
yeah believable and
Yeah.
first thing and because
Yeah.
your OC character has to be different to first believe that
Hmm. Hmm.
completely. So
Tao,
Correct.
though
Correct.
yeah.
Tao. Sorry. You know what is the difference between a Nepali server and an Indian server? You know what I felt. What I felt. I used to. So I came from Nepali server. I used to play Nepali server. Na there, as a female role player, I always got the supportive. I never had to back off on anything. I wasn't told that, Arey, she's a girl, she won't be able to do it. But as an Indian role play, you know, this whole scenario,
But
there are so many pinpoints where everybody is like, Arey, she's a girl, she won't be able to do it. Arey, nahi, 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 isko nahi chahiye. Aisa nahi chahiye. Aisa.
Anyway, I'll just correct on that point. It's we are not never much of Indian server like we are always this region server of Pakistan, India, Nepal, Bangladesh. All of us count into
Yeah,
that.
but
I
no, no, no.
Kind
understand
of
But
that.
then
That is
Asian,
what
kind of
yeah,
makes
yeah,
Asian
serial,
people.
na. She kind
Asian
of
people. Yeah, but then,
Maximum
but
are
then I
Indian
came
people.
from
people.
a
That's right.
yeah. Yeah, but then I moved from a whole server to Savannah, like from whole different place to the other place. It's for if that is what it is for me. But then I'll tell you the best time I had in my life in a role play server was back in SBRP Nepal Tao. The best I ever had
Mhm.
No,
because there
yeah.
I never felt like that. You know, I never felt like that. There wasn't a single time in my life where I felt like, oh, you know what, I shouldn't be here. I always felt like
Mm.
I belonged there. But then when I moved to India because SPRP Nepal was closed, so I moved to
Yeah,
India
that is
because
when
of
we, yeah,
Jenny's.
I know, when we
Yeah.
met in SVRP India and all these
Uh-huh.
things.
Yeah.
But
Actually,
sir, इसमें
yeah.
मैं एक और पर्सपेक्टिव अपना दूंगी. For
Mm-hmm,
example,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
like I did RP, okay, and I may have a bit of a negative vibe or whatever with somebody or नहीं जमा होगा by chance मेरा vibe RP में. But at the same time, if like when I was good and talented in my singing or in my capability or in my उस चीज में मतलब कभी मेरे को ऐसा नहीं फील हुआ कि मेरे को opportunity नहीं मिली वहां पे ना everybody even if they did not like me or know me, like this thing I'm grateful for ki, like in terms of my singing. And so what I'm trying to say is, like, if you're really really good and if you really really are like pushing your talent ना, तो वो चीज एक certain point के बाद notice होती है. क्योंकि मतलब I took my singing very seriously at one point, so even if people did not like me, they did praise me for my singing. I have to say that for
Yeah,
sure.
but that doesn't happen in all the cases
Uh-huh.
if we go for like other stuff like other RPs, right? So
Probably,
that would
probably.
yeah, that wouldn't be the same way there. It will be like no, she's a girl, she won't be able to show talent.
But
She's a girl, she won't be able
no,
to
no,
Probably,
do
it's
this.
not
probably.
that the talent scenario. It's just the
Yeah,
general RP, supportive
General
RP
RP
or
scene.
counter
Got
RP.
it. Got
It's
understood.
so
Understood.
like no
because
actor is
I was
the main
appreciated
actor's
for
RP.
my interior,
Both the
so that is
characters.
like whole another thing. For the
Mm,
interiors I have done, I have always got the most supportive. I think
mm,
since SPRP, Tao supported me there. Then I was in
mm,
state. I grew my
mm,
character. I left state. There was a lot of thing that happened, but then the interior thing
mm,
that I did in SPRP that continued till NoPixel, and I even did interior in NoPixel. So that is something I got supportive and I got recognized for. So that's not an issue. You know what I'm saying is, in
mm,
general, when people talk, you know what
mm.
happens? You quit
Correct,
F8, quit
correct,
RP, and then you
correct.
go to VC, and there are people who will come. You know, this guy was talking about you on this manner,
Mm,
but why? I didn't do anything. I haven't said a single thing over say,
mm,
but why? And you question yourself, like, did I do something wrong? And that is like that
mm,
is the worst case, because you
mm.
cannot do a RP. You have to think about it. What's the
हाँ,
fun if you have to think about RP beforehand in
अरे
your brain? So if I say this,
ये सब तो मेरे साथ भी तब हुआ था when my character sort of progressed to a point where हो गया था थोड़ा सा like bitch vibe था character का, ठीक है, I'm not gonna lie, and I was giving like I was giving shade to like the known characters also, ठीक है, and then suddenly Discord clips निकल के clips जाते हैं कहीं certain Discord पे and this दीदी wants attention and everything, so ये
I
सब तो
remember
होता है.
this, Vanny.
See,
I
all of this
know.
you got to ignore, ठीक है, it's you can't help it एक point के बाद, you know.
Normally,
see,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tao,
Yeah, you were
like if you can see on chat, everybody is commenting with the thing. Recently, I got banned from VLT. Okay, I got
Uh,
banned. I got mad at some point. Okay, I got mad at something, and then I did something wrong, and I got
uh,
banned for it. It's not like I didn't get banned. I did got a ban, and then the light called me in VC and he said, "What are you doing like this and that? You have done this," and I was like, "Okay, that's fine, that's fine. I know I did a mistake over there. I got mad, and I did a mistake." But then I didn't say a single thing OOC to anybody. And the amount of hate I got from that, now it's like, oh, you have ruined somebody's RP. No, I didn't ruin anything. You can still get back to it, but you didn't want it to. I didn't ruin anything for anybody, but you have to, get back to it. And people can be chill. When after that thing, I still talk to the people I know from the same scenario, okay? But still people still comment about the same thing, like, bro, I am also a role player and I break rules. I get mad sometimes and I have all the right to get mad, but then that
people
doesn't
can make
justify my
mistakes.
whole
It's
role
totally
play that I
fine.
have been doing for 3 years.
Yeah, people can make mistake. It's totally fine. You're
See, the whole
human.
idea
Human.
is most of the role players, when they are role playing, no serious role playing, okay, they cannot keep the rule set in their mind. They can't do
hmm,
flexible role playing, but they are role playing and they break rules sometime.
hmm,
And lot of people also get big streamers get banned. Forget about this region.
hmm,
How NoPixel main big
hmm,
guys get banned because and the whole idea is accept it. You have done a wrong,
hmm,
you accept it. Accepting is the great thing. Then
hmm,
justifying why you are not right, no, you're not wrong, and all those things. Accept it, you'll become a better role player. Take a break.
Yeah.
You
correct,
require that
correct.
break.
Yeah.
Take a break, have something, chill out. And management also loves it. Management also thinks that okay, we actually feel that this person is understands exactly what he's doing. So they feel nice to be supportive to you next time more. So these are very important things of a role player who has to follow those things. कुछ भी होने दो, गलतियां होती है,
Hmm,
वो प्रॉब्लम नहीं, गलत पर वो गलतियां नहीं, हैकिंग एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स दे आर नॉट गलत, दे आर इंटेंशनल थिंग्स. बट
hmm,
आरपी
hmm,
पे
That
गलतियां
is true.
होती है. Yeah, so those things you have to always understand that that's the management understands and all the management understands
Yeah.
that. So it's
hmm,
up to you how you react on those things. So that you have to
hmm,
like always people have to take care on those. Okay, girls. Now we have been debating a lot of things about this and that, but we forgot that
Yeah.
we didn't hear from Tokyo, Vanessa, and GJ about their character. वो लोग ने नहीं बताया अभी
Yeah.
तक.
hmm,
Let's finish that first, guys. GJ is I think
तो
yeah
मतलब
GJ.
आरपी की जो स्टार्टिंग हुई थी ना, वो तो मतलब बकचोदी में कर दी थी। आफ्टर दैट मेरे को मज़ा आने लगा, मैं कैरेक्टर को सीरियस लेने लगा और मैं कैरेक्टर को वो बनाना चाहता था जो मैं नहीं हूँ। तभी मैं कैरेक्टर में रह पाऊँगा, वरना मेरी आईआरएल फीलिंग्स उस कैरेक्टर में आएगी, देन मेरे को इफ़ेक्ट करेगी। तो मैं वो चीज़ से दूर हट गया।
बट नॉर्मली टेल अस
1
अबाउट
सेकंड,
मोनिका. मोनिका के बारे में बताओ हमको. मोनिका क्या है,
ए
क्या
1
करती
सेकंड
है?
कोई और कंटिन्यू करो, एक इश्यू हुआ है मुझे।
ओके, टोक्यो यू कैन गो ahead and you can tell us
Yeah.
about your character.
So NoPixel is like my first server. Okay, I am a very very new RP player, and NoPixel. I started like obviously as always सब एकदम चिल एंड एकदम प्यार-प्यार से बात करना एंड ऑल एंड ऑल एंड ऑल. So I started with Burger Shot, but the main problem I faced while progressing is NoPixel में like RP में कैसा था ना, बहुत पहले से जो लोग RP खेलते हैं, they already have their groups. I completely understand कि तो बहुत पहले से RP कर रहे हैं, बहुत टाइम से RP कर रहे हैं. तो somehow OOC I felt so humiliated. Like समझ रहे हो? Like I tried to RP with lot of people and I was stopped OOC. Like OOC reason की वजह से they were not letting me RP. Like मेरे को कहीं पे प्रोग्रेस ही नहीं करने दे रहे थे. I think so तब we talked about it in VC ये चीज के बारे में. तो मेरे को बस यही लगा था कि लाइक ठीक है व्हाटएवर ओवरऑल ये तो गेम ही है ना. लाइक ये नुकसान हुआ वो नुकसान हुआ पैसे चोरे कुछ भी हो जाए इट्स फाइन. क्या आता है तुम्हारा रियल बिजनेस थोड़ी जा रहा है. आईआरएल पैसे थोड़ी जा रहा है. आईआरएल गैंग का थोड़ी कुछ जा रहा है. तो मेरे को वो बहुत खराब लगा था. सो आई टुक अ ब्रेक लाइक अ वेरी लॉन्ग ब्रेक एंड मेरे को लग रहा है अभी 2 weeks पहले आई स्टार्टेड प्लेइंग आरपी अगेन. But experience was good. Like if you play NoPixel once now, you're not gonna like तुम्हें वो compare होता है कहीं पे भी खेलने जाओ you're gonna compare it.
No, forget about the server. Server तो छोड़ो,
हाँ
उसका
हाँ
बात
हाँ.
छोड़ो.
Like
Main what I
server doesn't make the like
let's
RP
talk
मुझे
about the
लड़कों
community
से
make
ज्यादा
it
character.
लड़कियों से
better.
सपोर्टिव ज्यादा मिली थी सर्वर में. मेरे को से
हाँ,
लाइक लड़कियों से ज्यादा मिली थी सभी लड़कियों से. आई मेट
that is
वैनी मैं
something
वैनी से
that
तो
a lot of servers
Gotcha.
हाँ
lack, you
yes.
know.
Like, and then now तो
वैनी ने और मैंने
literally
बहुत फन किया
now
है.
we are like buddies, me and Tokyo. We did so much RP.
हमने
It is
बहुत
actually
फन
very
किया है.
important, you know, to
बहुत
have
फन
each
किया
other's
हमने,
back.
बहुत फन किया actually.
Like
वही
in
तो.
RP में nobody मेरा ऐसा काइंड ऑफ रहा था. हमको RP नहीं मिल रहा था. Then Vanny came and then उसके बाद में I like we had lot of fun. It was
Lot
so
of fun, lot of fun. After the Ubu progression, we had a lot of fun, sir. Like a lot of fun. I
fun
mean, with
OC
my
as well.
character also, I started off as Vanny Winters, right? So this was my first server, and I went in very like ज़्यादा कुछ experience नहीं था मुझे and everything. But I knew one thing for sure, like because I'm a nerd like this, I go research and look see ये stream, वो stream में मेरी आदत है sir. तो मैं देखा काफी stream देखे मैंने, and I understood like the essence of RP. So I was not too focused about learning the mechanics. I was like, अच्छा ठीक है, on the way I will learn mechanics and this and that. वो मैं सीख लूंगी. But mainly I wanted to. The best part I love about RP is the ability to talk to people. So I always
Yeah.
wanted to do that. Now the first day I went burger shot पे गई है वो केक से बात करी. I loved that character. Okay, जो वो character I was like मेरे को यही काम करना है, मेरे को इन्हीं के साथ अभी करना है. For
Almost
so
everybody started with burger shot. Almost
तो
okay.
वो अरे
Yeah,
वो
we do.
बनाया ही वो
You know,
प्लेस
the
ही
best
इतना उन लोगों
RP
ने.
you can have is around these like places, you know,
No,
like where
and I
people are
started
for
doing
a lot of
burger shot
people
RP, and for a good 2 months, okay, for a good 2 months, I did burger shot RP only. 8 घंटे I was only selling burgers. That's what, and I enjoyed it. Okay, I really enjoyed it. And that time my character was very sweet, very nice, Vanny Winters, all good, very charming, very like this girl who's singing
Uh-huh.
around with her voice and all.
I
ऐसा
used to
character
be the
था.
same, you know.
हाँ. But then एक certain point आता है when you start diving into petty
Yeah,
criminal activities, जहाँ
yeah,
पे
that's
मतलब
what I did
कुछ ना
also.
कुछ, हाँ, कुछ ना कुछ मतलब भसड़ हो ही जाती है कि आपका कैरेक्टर एक डार्क टर्न लेता है after doing
Yeah,
petty
and then
criminal
people, yeah,
activities.
then people don't like it.
So
You go
then
to
my character progressed into a dark side and everything. So
uh,
once that happened, then after that my character became very like dark and everything. And that but Tao, I was very like clear that my progression has to be very slow. So everything that I did was very slow. Like I took time, and even like to progress till gang RP was also like I had at least 4 months of RP with Cosmic before I went into the gang.
yeah.
So, wait, one thing I can say with my RP is like nothing came out of thin air. Like I thought a lot before doing anything in
That's the
my.
best part. Actually, even progressing is so much fun while you're doing
It
it.
is
You know,
very
it's
very
very
fun. And धीरे धीरे करोगे ना तो ज़्यादा मजा आता है
you
यार. Like,
you actually love the story you built for yourself.
and every title that I used to put, no, I used to literally like uh, write it down, make notes कि अच्छा आज ये type का direction दूंगी तो ये title होना चाहिए, like keywords and all. So that way I'm like I make notes, I write, मतलब बोल लो थोड़ा ऐसा habit है मेरा, but I
Nice.
do that a lot.
But another thing I need to share here before I go to Anya and GJ, I need to share another thing to Vani. Vani, listen, what happened? No, you were new to RP, okay? And mostly what you saw, even Tokyo has to listen to this, huh? Normally, what you all saw is that a progression of RP, like जो 99% or 98% लोग उसको वही सोचते हैं normally, is that normally a character forms a backstory, a strong backstory, whatever it is from a different thing, whatever they like, and then they get the character in the city, and then they start building up the character with their backstory by knowing people, this and everything, and all those, taking a job here and pushing, and eventually, influencing to a level that you can grow, and the progression will go towards the, a criminal side or gang or something. Actually, no, this is a wrong concept which we have, it started by us only, like, long back in Legacy. So the concept happened that role playing is only this progression for most of the people. Like
Like
KEG
role
and they
playing
know,
is just
yeah,
grinding, for them.
yeah. So KEG and they know all what is role playing. So they know everything exactly. They understand things what is role playing actually. But most of the 98% people, no, they think the progression will eventually go to a gang and that's how it is. Abhi actually na in NoPixel public we just kept quiet because it's a public server. We allowed people to do what they had to do, but not now. Now it's different. But the thing is actually what NoPixel focuses why it is successful in US is because of that reason is they don't believe the progression has to go to a gang or something like that.
True.
They believe
No, but
that
here, no, we've put, like थोड़ा सा ना pressure sir chat के side से भी आता है. So when are you doing
No,
this
but
RP? So when are
no,
you
no,
it
doing
has
no,
to be
that?
because
about the
because
backstory
that's
as
the
well, right?
yeah, no, that's the problem. Chat वही problem. Chat आपको drive करना चाहता है, which is not, which you
हाँ,
should not do,
correct.
because they want to.
And then civilian RP खत्म हो जाती है, पता है एक point के बाद.
I
Uh,
mean, like I have done civilian RP and I have seen a lot of civilian RP players, like they're
हाँ,
trying to approach people, they're trying to make content like out of civilian characters and
हाँ.
people just don't talk to them
Man,
और भाव नहीं देते उनको
bhai,
like
civilian RP
oh
struggle is something that people should take
yeah
seriously.
How we
All of my
we
characters
struggle
are
so much
civilian,
as a
and
civilian.
bhai, nobody gives a
Same,
shit to civilian RP pro. It's just so
exactly
sad.
डायरेक्ट इग्नोर कर देते हैं यार मतलब they're trying
बहुत
to
गंदा इग्नोर.
नहीं
बहुत
अभी
यार
आप
like
नाना
देखो
एंड गोली तो पता है
I
पूरे सर्वर में
have
लोग ढूंढते घूमते हैं कि भाई
Even like
बात तो करो
I'm
यार
not like bashing any server, but mostly civilians are only for like playing hostages. That's it.
yeah
बस
exactly
तुम्हारा काम यही है, तुम आओ हॉस्टेज बनो और चले जाओ.
I remember there was one day when Heba went and became hostage for 3 times. She came to me so frustrated. She was like, "मैं
Exactly.
यहाँ पे ही
Like
बस
they are
hostage
breaking
बनने
my
आई हूँ."
RP.
तो
They are breaking my RP again and again. ना क्या करूँ मैं?
अरे मैं ना इधर आती थी स्पॉन होती थी वो स्पॉन से उठा के लेके जाती
Exactly. वो निकले सर्वर में 2 कदम चली कि दे लाइक चलो मिल गया हॉस्टेज चलो.
हॉस्टल क्या
And you are
व्हेन
like
माय
कि मैं ही
हॉस्टल यूज्ड
बेवकूफ
टू
हूँ
स्पॉन
जो कनेक्ट किया भाई यहाँ पे.
exactly like you connect on the railway station and then you're the first hostage they'll get
that's what that used to happen. Okay, what I'll finish that thing which I was telling Tokyo and Vani.
yeah
See, the thing is, no, normally that's what chat also knows. Chat also thinks वही है चीज RP और क्या है वही चीज है. नहीं वैसा नहीं है. Role playing एक simple है. अभी समझो कि you have some traces of a mechanic. Okay, you're actually because आप पैदा role playing में नहीं होता है whatever. You actually come as an elderly person 18 years above in the city normally. So you will have some skills which is your backstory telling. That is your backup. So backstory एक skill के बारे में बात करता है जो आपके पास है city में survive करने के लिए. So when you come in the city, normally imagine you can be a mechanic, you can be a good truck driver, you can be a good cook or waiter or good management skills. All those things becomes a civilian RP together. That's what we call civilian RP. Different talents because real life maybe actually it's 98% are civilians, right? It's only 2% which normally are in criminals normally. So everybody has their own jobs and own क्या बोलते हैं उसको talents and whatever which they use in their workplaces. सो नॉर्मली आरपी में भी वही चीज़ है कि एक बंदे को पता होना होता है जो मेरे ट्रेसिस है जो मेरा इंग्रेडिएंट है आरपी कैरेक्टर का बैक स्टोरी में उसको मेरे को अभी प्रोग्रेस करना है उसको प्रोग्रेस करना है बोला तो मैं अगर शेफ है तो मैं शेफ एक दुकान का हो सकता हूँ बाद में वही फील्ड में लाइक योर प्रोग्रेशन विल गो टू अ हायर रेस्टोरेंट माइट बी एज अ शेफ हायर सैलरीज or tomorrow you might put your own restaurant or something like that. So you progress at that level and as soon as you settle down बोला तो एक टाइम आता है एक कैरेक्टर का कि उसको पैसे का भी जरूरत नहीं है. He is settled. He has good skills and he's getting good income in the city, and then he can move towards the next progression stage of his with his story. वो एक new skill set सीखने के लिए जाएगा in a different business might be. In example, he was a mechanic, senior mechanic. He became a manager. He became a owner of a repair shop. Now he wants to learn more skills. So to learn more skills, he will surely see that now he will give more RP in his place, whatever to others, and he will move to another place. Might be he will have in RP like something like deals with other business people that he will go into restaurant business now, or he will go into something else. Also, it can also turn into criminal also. When things can happen in RP कि ऐसे कुछ हुआ है कि समझो एक पुलिस आके आप पे रेड मार रहा है वापस all those you are harassed by the government entities, police are coming eating free food in your restaurant, or giving torturing your this, and whenever you give them a call they are not coming. वो आपको अभी रीजन देता है कि आपका विश्वास your belief towards law and order is going out, and then you are slowly pushing yourself into criminal side of it, because law and order doesn't make any more sense for you. So you start protecting your interest through criminal side of it. So then you start moving towards that. Might be tomorrow you can be a part of an organized gang also. All those things starts happening. ये actually progression होना मांगता है normally every character. Of whoever comes. I'll tell you something. I'll tell you about this whitelisting which is going on now. I was just checking some days back some whitelisting forms and all those things. And heavy, lots, like almost like 70% people are rejected in whitelisting process right now. Because most of the forms were filled up with the same thing. The same understanding of their character. Because we ask one simple question. We look at a backstory, okay. But we only look at the next 6 months what you will be doing in progressing. So we put that tricky question to know exactly what he will say. So a lot of people went towards the same mistake what they normally will do, and we don't want that RP in our server. That is, they wanted to say is that we will come in the city, we will know each other, we will share our phone numbers and everything on all those things. Then I will grind on the basis of whatever is there to make money. And then I will buy a car and whatever, and then I will be going towards the criminal side. Why we want this kind of players who doesn't have anything different in role playing?
The funny part about this is like the backstories are almost same, where your parents die because of some like police thing or because of some criminal thing.
90% of criminals बैक स्टोरीज लाइक मेरे माँ बाप मर
Yeah, मेरे
चुके
माँ
थे,
बाप मर
मैंने
गए.
जिंदगी में बहुत स्ट्रगल किया, फिर मैंने सीधा
Yeah,
स्ट्रीट
so
स्मार्ट
I
बनना
wanted to
है,
take revenge.
या
That is
या
the revenge.
या फिर मैं भागते हुए मैं क्रिमिनल एक्टिविटी में घुस गया और मैं भाग के लॉस एंटोस आ गया. अरे लॉस एंटोस भी लाइक आओ आओ जितने क्रिमिनल से आओ जाओ हमारे पास.
नहीं वो देखो, see there is no
Yeah.
issues of backstory also. I'll tell you, we don't look at backstory at all in our server. We don't care about backstory, because backstory is just a script which you write because server has told you to fill a form. आप कुछ भी लिखते हो उधर, कॉपी करते हो, पेस्ट करते हो, उसका कुछ मतलब नहीं होता है. जब आप पहला पाँव रखता है शहर में, आपका कुछ मतलब नहीं होता है. गुड रोल प्लेयर ऑलवेज कम्स इन द सिटी विद हिज बैक स्टोरी, नॉट टेल्स अबाउट, इट डजंट इंट्रोड्यूस हिमसेल्फ मदर फादर वो नहीं. आपके पेट में पहला खाना आना मांगता है, राइट? जेब में सिर्फ $5,000 है, पेट पालना है पहला. तो पेट पालने के लिए आपको ढूंढना है कि आपका काम किधर मिलेगा
कोई
शहर
भी
में.
जॉब.
हाँ, वो पेट पालना है. सेकंड थिंग, सम पीपल रन टुवर्ड्स क्राइम. ये करेंगे, ग्राइंडिंग करेंगे, वो करेंगे, चॉप शॉप करेंगे, वो करेंगे. अरे चॉप शॉप करने के लिए अगेन आपके पास उसमें जाने के लिए डू यू हैव एनी
reason, any
No,
reason.
but in the starting, everybody goes grind because after some time there would be some patch or something, and the prices will go down. So people would just farm in like first 2 days, and that's it. They're rich.
no
This
or
happens like
that rich thing is all about grinding. That is for a reason of gadios and all cars and everything, but that's
no.
not.
But this is like the first 2 days, like
Yeah,
legit
yeah.
first 2 days of
That's
every server.
no, that's not every. Yeah, you are right of every server. That's the reason the trend that thing is wrong. In whitelisted server, it cannot happen that way. In
It is
whitelisted
wrong,
server,
yeah.
his story has to start from what he has to. He cannot grinding. हमारे server देखो, in NoPixel there is heavy fucking mechanics to grind on the starting day also, but that's not allowed. The whole idea is in whitelisting there are only 250 people selected on those basis of their stories. They will come in the city. They will not do chop shop. They will not go for other things. They will build a story from a sadness to becoming a stronger person in the city. वो उनके काम है. जगह होंगी, बहुत जगह है जहाँ आप काम कर सकते हैं, ओन कर सकता है, अपने ये दिखा सकता है. बट योर होल आइडिया हैज टू बी ऑन दैट. इवेंचुअली यू विल कम टू नो, अरे कुछ एक धंधा है यहाँ चॉप शॉप का, उधर एक आदमी होता है वो पार्ट्स लेता है.
You discover later on, yeah.
You find that,
as
but
you go, yeah.
again it's up to, its whole idea is डू यू नो टू चॉप शॉप? अगर आप शेफ है तो आपको गाड़ी काटने को कैसे आया? वो
True,
आपका काम ही
true.
नहीं है, तो आप क्या कर रहे हो उधर? वो
And
But that's the
Tao,
second question था. First question is like chop chop करने की जरूरत क्या है तुम्हारे कैरेक्टर की स्टोरी को?
नहीं, but apart from that, how do you know where the stop shop is, you know?
no, and the thing is not Tao. The whole criminal aspect, the thing is, it has to be. It's a very like hidden kind of a world. The criminal world is a very hidden world, so it should be like discovered after a while.
Yeah,
Like it
because
shouldn't
not
be like कि
everyone,
आके हमें
normally
पता है कि
police don't
क्या
find
करना
it.
है.
Yeah, it's always that is a server rule that you cannot just run to things and everything. वो सही है, पर a good role
हाँ
player doesn't do that. A good role player वो नहीं करता है. Good role player अपने स्टोरी पे फोकस करके आता है शहर में. अच्छा स्टोरी को ऐसा बढ़ाना है, लोगों को ऐसा मस्त स्टोरी दिखाएगा. मैं सबके लाइफ में मेरा
हाँ
इंपॉर्टेंस होगा सिटी में. लोग मेरे को ढूंढेंगे. मैं नहीं आता हूँ तो
हाँ
सिटी में लोग मेरे पूछेंगे कि ये कहाँ है, किधर गए. वैसी चीज में
हम्म
बनाएगा सिटी मेरे बारे में. दैट इज हाउ यू कम. यू नेवर कम इन द
करेक्ट
सिटी थिंकिंग. यू शुड नेवर कम थिंकिंग दैट मैं बेस्ट शूटर हूँ ना, और मेरा गैंग भी बेस्ट है. मेरा गैंग वो सवर
See,
में बेस्ट था,
but the thing
तो मेरा गैंग
is,
तो श्योर ओपी होगा इधर भी. तो आपका वो मानसिकता से आएंगे तो आप राइट नाउ यू आर नॉट एक्सप्लोरिंग न्यू आरपी. यू आर
हम्म
जस्ट बेनिफिटिंग लॉट ऑफ दोज गाइज हु आर ड्राइविंग यू एक्चुअली. दैट इज द चैट. यू आर नॉट
हम्म
एक्सप्लोरिंग आरपी एंड नॉट टीचिंग देम ऑल्सो समथिंग डिफरेंट. आप वो भी नहीं कर रहे, आपको कुछ डिफरेंट भी दिखा नहीं रहे उसको. सो उधर गलतियां बहुत होती है एक रोल प्लेयर की. So no, we in
हम्म
NoPixel have corrected most because we in foreign server it's like that only. So they told they have already given the guidelines how to make people this, because stories नहीं है तो शहर में आपको इंटरेस्ट नहीं आएगा. कितना टाइम तक आप ग्राइंडिंग करेंगे और कितना टाइम तक आप लोगों को एक दूसरे को मारेंगे, गैंग वॉर करेंगे.
करेक्ट
स्टोरी
करेक्ट
नहीं है तो क्या फायदा है? शहर में आने का आपको इंटरेस्ट ही नहीं होगा. There's nothing. So that is the whole idea. We should all understand that if we come with a very good backstory is a different thing. That's your traces of the server. But you come with a mindset in 6 months what my character will achieve. Now that cannot be an achievement of a thinking that I'll be a best shooter, best gangster or something. No. Your background you have to see first what you were, and with that first achieve that talent first. अगर वो अचीव कर पाया तो आप आगे जा सकते हो. अगर वही अचीव नहीं कर पाया तो आप कौन सा गैंग में जाएंगे? That's a failed story of yours.
बट सर इसमें मैं आपका पर्सपेक्टिव एक चीज जानना चाहती हूँ कि लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल सर्वर नया स्टार्ट होता है राइट, लोग नए नए आते हैं, तो इसमें मैं ये पर्सपेक्टिव दूंगी कि लाइक शुरू से लोग जो एक दूसरे को आईआरएल जानते हैं, दे फॉर्म अप अ ग्रुप एंड देन आफ्टर दैट एवरीथिंग दे डू टुगेदर ओनली. सो लाइक हाउ टू ब्रेक दैट मोल्ड
No,
सो दैट एवरीबडी
you
everybody gets a chance to form and get RP with other people. Like how is that possible? Like
ये
how is
चीज
that
ना
going to happen?
एक्चुअली कंट्रोल ही नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि
नहीं, मैं
लाइक
एक बार
इवन
सर
दो
से
हाँ,
पूछना चाहती हूँ कि लाइक उनका पर्सपेक्टिव क्या है इस चीज में,
see
और
there.
क्या कर सकते हैं एज आरपी प्लेयर्स हम लोग टू ब्रेक
मेरा भी
दैट
सेम
मोल्ड.
ही प्रॉब्लम है, सेम.
Because I want to understand that, because see, I was a little late to RP, so obviously there were people who are doing RP from very long, so they know each other and they obviously tend to sort of do RP more towards, even if you are from the start of the server, how to kind of you
देखो,
know pave your way.
see the whole idea, Vani, why you are feeling this is because you just came like 1 year back in RP, and these guys for last 5 years or 4 years are all together, and you can see it clearly. Others can't see it, but आपको clearly दिख रहा है. Okay, so it's a very big important point. I'll tell you what is happening now. Uh, it's a sensitive thing, but I'm straight to it. It's correct. What happens is I played X server. I made a group 3 years back, might be okay. So that group is become my family, whatever it is, and all those things. I'm holding it. Okay, I'm growing. I put a lot of investment into that, and I'm growing. Now it is fair. It is fair. It is not wrong. It is fair when you are playing that X server only for last 3 years. You understand? It's fair because you are growing your story in that X server only for 3 years, and that's what the investment of the things are. Now, when it is not fair, is when you go to another server to play with the same mindset, with the same group. Because now what
No,
happens?
that's what I'm saying, like fresh start sir, एकदम मतलब fresh start मान के चलो, but फिर भी for some reason they know each other and then they'll form a group right from the start, and मतलब दूसरे को chance ही नहीं मिलेगा to interact, like if
So if you are talking about
तुम
fresh
कितना
start
भी
with
अच्छा आरपी कर
अरे
लो,
नहीं
नहीं होगा.
होता,
लाइक
हाँ,
normally
वो ग्रुपिज्म नहीं टूटता.
वो नहीं
वो
टूटेगा
वही
बिकॉज
सर मैं वही जानना चाह
अरे
रही
पता
थी,
है,
that's
इन
why I
आरपी अगर
asked.
कर रहा है ना तो दैट्स ओके, दैट्स कंप्लीटली ओके. लाइक यू डिसाइड ओसी थिंग्स एंड देन यू डू इट इन आरपी, दैट्स रॉन्ग.
नहीं
Like
नॉर्मली
humiliating somebody is not right.
बट वो
देखो
उसका आरपी भी करते हैं क्योंकि लाइक अगर उनको लग रहा है ना ये चीज बार बार हो रही है, बट अगर वो पकड़े जाते हैं उसके लिए बैन हो सकते हैं, बट लाइक अगर उसकी आरपी करके प्रोग्रेस करते हैं उसको आप रोक ही नहीं सकते बिकॉज दैट इज राइट।
नहीं वो
आरपी
चीज
टू
नहीं,
राइट।
वानी इज नॉट आस्किंग अबाउट दैट, दैट इज व्हाट आई
नहीं
जस्ट
नहीं, मैं
टच टू
मैं
दैट.
सर से कुछ
वानी
और
इज
पूछ रही हूँ मैं।
आस्किंग इज फ्रेश, वो लोग फ्रेश ही आए सवर, एक दूसरे को बाहर नहीं पहचानते, वो अंदर सिटी में आके वो लोग ने ग्रुप बनाया अपना खुद का. वो ग्रुप अभी वो लोग वही ग्रुप को ये करते, दूसरों को अलाउ नहीं करते उसमें और उसको बाहर रखते. राइट वानी, व्हाट आई एम आस्किंग.
अब जैसे एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल देती हूँ मैं सर, ठीक है? लाइक सपोज हम लोग अपार्ट्स पे, ठीक है? देर आर
Okay.
3 people at aparts. 2 people know each other from IRL, like they know each other. I'm the third person, but in RP we all have a clean slate. We don't know each other, but still for somehow because they know IRL, so they'll treat me differently versus they'll treat differently that person. That's what I'm asking, how to break that mold
No,
and how to be able to fit in and find your place, and that's what I'm
yeah,
trying
the
to
whole
ask.
idea is you are asking they are actually they know each other and they influence each other for, like, you know, other games or whatever it is. So that's the reason they will always support on things of theirs even if they are not in the same group. वो करेंगे वो, क्योंकि वो IRL का ये है, वो उनका जो भी उनका,
हाँ.
I can't say, might be there is some benefits out of it or it's like a tick friendship they hold or whatever it is. Now that thing in the server, actually those things should not reflect on your character normally. That should never reflect on a character. Character should not do those benefits for the other character who you IRL में आपका रोज बात होता है, वो character में सिटी में नहीं होना मांगता है. जैसे you know you have to understand, अगर आप देखो उसमें दो चीजें भी है. एक, if people are doing that and they are doing it, I know that, but they are not understanding, then what are you doing? Then you are sharing your content. You're not exploring more people. You're not allowing other new viewers to watch you.
Correct. Not taking risk also
Yeah,
to,
you're not taking risk
like,
and you're keeping it within
हाँ.
yourself and all this. Now then you don't want to take someone inside, because then
हाँ,
you
हाँ.
start thinking that that person will come inside, will be like, you know, आपका luxury जो comfort बना है उसको तोड़ेगा. IRL का बात कर रहा हूँ, वो तोड़ेगा, वो influence करेगा. All those thoughts start coming and so they grade on this. Now there's another thing for even females, is there are a lot of other parameters which will be judged before you are entered inside. There are a lot of other things which will be judged normally, like, you know, किसके साथ अच्छी है, किसका दोस्त है, वो सब कुछ देखा जाएगा, everything. So they will not easily allow you inside. I will give you a better suggestion, Vani, for
हाँ.
this. The suggestion is simple, which I do in my life, okay? And that's how I build a Vespucci family also. I could have joined big streamers that time, but no, it's not like that. सिंपल सॉल्यूशन है, जब वैसे चीजें ना आपको दिखाना है कैरेक्टर में कि मैं खुद ही लीडर बनेगा और मेरा खुद का ग्रुप बनाने वाली हूँ अभी. That is
that
the solution
alpha
for
quality should come out then.
that is the solution
Of-
for it. You should
Got it. Understood.
not even bother about joining anyone. That's how
Understood.
Angels जो गैंग होता है ना मेन सर्वर पे, वो वैसा ही बना है.
हाँ, वैसा ही बना है. Correct, correct.
Because they were not like, you know, they were not like the other groups were like big and powerful. Then finally they thought that we will make our own group.
It's like a very simple saying, sir. You don't get a seat on the table, you make your own table then.
Yeah, because always remember, RP server is equal for everyone.
Yeah,
Right.
true.
His
true.
progression
For
must
me,
be
it
early.
was never like that. For me, I never joined any group, but I used to be like part of every group. So I used to talk to everyone. So for me, it was like that. So it didn't bother me that much.
No, your character and story was different. What Vani is asking is, she's thinking about her story and what she has gone through about her story.
Ah.
When you have that like, you know, powerful character in the city where you want to do some change and all this, lot of people get upset. Remember that first one. Lot of people get upset first.
True, sir. True,
So
true.
इतना इजी आपको अलाउ नहीं करेंगे वो चीज को अंदर, इसलिए
हाँ.
उसको आपके मन में होना मांगता है कि मैं खुद ही बनाएगा. Now your whole idea
हाँ.
is, in RP servers, your support to do that is management. You don't require them. Now you need to go to
Correct.
the management, sit near the management, and you tell the management, see, this is the thing, I am making my own thing and all this, whatever it is. I want to show something in my character. I'll be getting people inside that and I will lead like things like that. So all these things you will have to push yourself. That is the best solution for all this. Otherwise,
Because, sir, ideally there should be an open thing for everybody and an open mindset, but unfortunately it's not. So now I have understood from what you've said that sometimes you've got to take charge of your own situation
yeah, you have
and
to,
do
you have
things
to.
for yourself.
Because end of it,
I got your point.
One more thing I'll
Got
tell
your
you.
point.
Even if you join that group, okay, even if you join that group, and even if that group might be having heavy viewership, whatever it is, some viewership might even come to you or whatever it is. But remember this thing fairly. जब तक वो ग्रुप के लीडर को आप नहीं बाउ डाउन से बात नहीं करेगी ना, तब तक वो
हाँ,
सब लोग आपसे अच्छा होंगे. The
absolutely.
day you dispute his
Yes,
anything action and all this in
true,
RP, they'll take it OC
true.
and they'll find the ways to throw you out, making you are the one who spoiled everything.
That's exactly what I was going to say, because so that kind of audience is never going to be your own. That's for sure.
The
Like
audience
that's a very
might be some audience from that side also will be understanding you and supporting you in RP and will join you also in that fight. But remember, they have a easy way to throttle you that time because leader से कैसे बात किया ऐसा. एंड ऑफ इट वो लीडर था. आपने डिस्प्यूट किया,
correct.
आपको कल ही लिया था हम लोग ने, हमने जगह बनाया आपके लिए और आप हमको ही बता रही है. ऑल दिस थिंग्स माइट दे माइट नॉट से, बट दोज आर द इमोशंस ऑफ देयर चैट एंड देमसेल्फ आल्सो deep inside.
Correct.
So
Correct.
better is never join anyone. In RP, the whole idea is if you are a strong character, then you create your own. People will follow you.
True.
Sure, they'll follow you because everybody wants a strong leader so that they are also highlighted in that group, whatever it is in there with them. And as soon as you hold a charge and as soon as you start doing RP, people come to watch you. You will create your own new audience. Might take time. Down the road, 2 years, 3 years down the road, yes, now some other people want to join you because they know you are a big group now. So imagine that group whom you wanted to join is broken now and those people want to join you.
Correct.
Take the charge.
Understood.
I'll be very straight.
Understood.
Always
Thank
take
you
the
so much
charge.
for this one, Tao. Thank you for this one.
Sure.
Is actually very, very insightful.
You should. This is
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
should do this. Everyone, and then female
Yeah,
should do
yeah.
it more. You know, they should never be the second in hand of anybody in RP. Also, they should always try to be on that same level in talking and
Again,
same level
thank
in
you
doing
for
things.
saying this.
Yeah, they should.
It
They
really
should.
means a lot.
In real life, they don't. They face a lot of difficulties to do that, but in RP, they should not face any difficulties because they have to role play that. That's not a problem. And always from our management, you know, Vanny, how we are. And in future,
Yes,
we are
yes.
more support. Anyway, we are full supportive on those things. Whatever you want to achieve according to your character, we are there for anyone. We don't differentiate on those things. Okay, guys. So we spoke about the progression and all this. Let's touch the thing of future of RP and management of server. Okay, उस पे बात करेंगे. Come on, Anya, you didn't tell us about your character.
I did tell about
Okay, you
my
told.
character
Okay.
little. Yes.
Okay. Let's go to this future. We'll start with you only, Anya. Future of RP. In this region, क्या RP का future क्या हो सकता है ये region में? As how it is going now, according to
I
you.
feel like it's still a long way to go.
Okay. There's a long
Yeah,
way to go for
because
role playing.
because there's a lot to learn. People actually don't know what is RP for now, I feel. Yeah, but even if they know, they do not want to do it or because there is no support to it. So people don't want to try something new. Like they want to do the same thing. जिसके वजह से people are happy, satisfied with their character. That people like like about their character, so they don't want to try something new. So I feel like there is a long way to go, and also there needs to be a lot of support from like management as well to support if somebody's trying something new.
Enyo?
Haji Tao, Haji Haji.
Yeah.
Tao, I don't know much about management, but then as far as I have seen, servers getting destroyed or getting closed or building back up. The main one of the main reason is PD, to be honest. Because the way PD comes from the start, like the very start, and when I say like if the PD is good, supportive, and nice, the server will run for a long time. And as in future of RP, there are a lot of things that are evolving. So even the other aspect of the civilian side or criminal side, even they have to understand that certain things have revolved, and you have to role play according to it. I mean, you want new features, new things, but you're not ready for the change. You have to accept the fact, like there are a lot of new things developed and people don't want to RP around it. And if somebody tries to RP around it, people just oppress their voice or they just don't want to continue it, and that is why when people give up.
That's bad. Because the whole idea of RPing is supportive and understanding each other. If anything goes wrong, also you need to sit and try to find a good way to allow your character to move out from that situation.
हाँ, and वही है ना कि ताऊ you don't have to win in all the situation, like जो भी है, even crim side से, even PD side से या कोई भी side से, you don't have to always win. Anybody doesn't have to win always. You can, like, still have a good good communication and give good term. But then people, what people tend to do is people want to try harder. They just want to go, I don't know, and that what ruins the whole experience. When you
Now,
come to role play, it's all about the experience. Now there are people, I know there are people who take role play as in a future and something, but then there are people as well who come to chill. For somebody like me, I come to chill tao, because I have to go to work, I have to do this and do that, and I come in role play just to have a good time. And then if I get my mental peace harm over there, there's no point on playing it anymore.
correct. You get
That is what it
demotivated and
is.
you don't feel like even
Yeah,
playing
Aha,
because
RP.
yes, tao.
like at the end, it is just a game, and it shouldn't ruin your mental peace.
Yeah.
Very much
And that
correct.
does happens often, like not with me, but then I have seen people who take a break,
Yeah,
like Tokyo took a
it
break, because
happened to
obviously
me
there
as
was a,
well.
yeah, so there are points where certain you feel like you feel like giving up, कि नहीं अब नहीं करना, because this is enough for me to harm myself. So you need to
Mm.
prioritize yourself in that situation. But obviously, though, people need to understand that people come from a lot of different things, and they come in role play to become, or to play a character, or to become somebody. They are not OC. So people have
Yeah,
to respect that factor.
Mm.
That's
Mm.
the
But
important part
eventually,
of
they don't.
RP actually. They should
I
that
feel like at this point I'm done with RP.
You should be able
Yeah,
to play your characters unapologetically. That's what you're saying,
yeah,
without any judgment or without
without any
any
judgment. Yeah,
hesitation. Mm,
yeah.
correct.
But then yeah, we
Exactly.
have
Play
to.
your
What
character,
I'm
not
saying.
play yourself.
Yeah,
Mm,
that's what I'm
mm,
saying. Exact on point. Play your character, don't play yourself.
mm,
You are
mm,
somebody, OC, you mean so much to somebody. OC, you
mm,
have your family, you have so many people to look around you. But then
correct.
in RP, it's just bunch of people, you don't know, strangers, whom
Mm,
obviously you will talk to them eventually, OC, but then still at that
mm,
moment you don't have to worry, oh, I'm saying this to somebody, oh, am I gonna hurt him, or am I gonna, I mean, obviously hurting is not the point, but then you escalate the situation and you take it so
mm,
much on ego that you are done at some point. And there are people who don't realize their own mistake and only pinpoint on others, but you
mm,
have to realize you have done something wrong too, maybe.
mm,
Because if I do something wrong na tao, I tell it on stream, I have done it, and I have told it on stream multiple time that अरे यार मेरे को ऐसा नहीं बोलना चाहिए था ना, शायद से उसको बुरा लग गया होगा. Because I
Yeah.
realize after some time I realize कि अरे यार shit, I have told something.
no, but
So
if it
that is
if it
somewhere
if it was
people
in
need to
character,
understand.
आपको बुरा नहीं लगना मांगता है. आपको सिर्फ हंसी आना मांगता है, and your chat also should smile on a good role play what you did there.
हाँ, but
mm, mm,
the fellow person takes it दिल पे ना ताऊ. That is the issue. And
उधर
that only doesn't stays there. It goes up to, like, other people's VC, and then it eventually comes to me.
mm,
I have
mm,
heard
mm.
people talking
मेरे
and it
साथ हुआ
roams
मेरे
around,
मेरे
and it
साथ हुआ है
eventually comes to
ये.
me like saying, अरे तेरे बारे में ऐसा
Tokyo,
बोला था.
you
I'm
know,
like,
Tokyo, you
that
know
I know.
is
about.
I
not me. That is not me, Ray. You are just saying my
Oh,
character as that. That is not me. Somebody I am OC. OC,
Yeah.
I'm somebody, something else. Somebody else.
लिटरली
OC, I have a
लोगों से
life.
मेरी तो आरपी में कुछ बात ही नहीं हुई है, कुछ आरपी नहीं हुआ है, दे हैव प्रॉब्लम विद मी, पता नहीं कुछ ओसी अलग ही कुछ लेके बैठा है और मेरे को आइडिया भी नहीं है, आई डोंट
Tokyo.
इवन
मेरे
नो
को
देम.
पता है, मेरे को एक चीज समझ में नहीं आती. एक तो आरपी के बारे में इतनी बात आउटसाइड करनी क्यों है? लाइक इफ
भाई
यू
चुप
डन द
कर, अपन
आरपी,
भी करते हैं, चुप
चलो
कर.
ठीक है. अरे बट सी, इफ यू डन द आरपी, ओके, इफ इट्स डन, if the deal is done, but then why talk to someone, then talk to someone else? Why? I feel like ये attitude अगर हो ना कि
It's a
like
lot of
हम
manda,
सब एक ही
everybody
कम्युनिटी
has
एक ही
manda
कम्युनिटी में
going.
नहीं, बट एक ही कम्युनिटी में है ना सब लोग, हम लोग.
VC, मैं क्या बोल रही हूँ, Vanny? If
हाँ,
that happens ना, कि if we understand कि it's just a role play, and if
हाँ,
every single person,
हाँ,
okay, not only a single person cannot initiate that. You
हाँ,
might be somewhere where you don't want to stay in VC, but
हाँ.
there are people. If this would happen now, we would only have one Discord server, only one Discord server. But we have multiple. We have multiple server according to people. There are servers where you are there and where I am not there for a reason.
it's
That is what happens.
yeah,
हाँ,
what
But
I'll
then
say is, y'all should not get demotivated because of all this shit. Y'all know these people do
हाँ,
this thing to you. Y'all should be strong enough to avoid them and push them
I
into a
know
corner.
that then it is just a virtual world.
Tao,
अरे
Tao,
ताऊ ने
I've
ना
been
पता
role
है
playing for
ताऊ
such
ने
a
ना
long time,
नहीं नहीं
you know.
ताऊ ने पता है लॉन्ग टाइम
हाँ
एक बहुत ब्यूटीफुल बात बोली थी पता है क्या बोली थी आई थिंक दैट ही सेड व्हेन जब आई थिंक द सर्वर वाज वाइप आ गया था so I still remember you said all this कि like guys make sure you have your personal life पेरेंट्स के साथ में खाना पीना खा रहे हो धूप में बैठ रहे हो that really clicked कि like अच्छा when you have that proper balance ना it's never going to reach you all this
Yeah, you need
Yep.
that. That is always required because guys,
And
remember
you have to, you have to.
one thing. Remember, RP is very addictive. It's an
it
addiction.
is it is it is yes
नशा है वो, तो वो लगता
especially
है.
sir अगर नया नया आता है ना sir then it's very
like
addictive
I used to legit RP for more than 12 hours. I
You
used to
and
love
you
it
know,
so
Tao,
much.
like when I was new, I used to, let things get affected on me. Like when
At
RP
some
में मैं
point,
जब
I
नई
think
नई थी,
everyone was addicted to RP at some point, right?
I was
Not
addicted in SVRP,
not
but
या नींद में से
now
उठते के साथ
it's
ही भाई
just like,
आरपी में जाना है मेरे को
yep,
नहीं
yep,
भी
yep.
नहाओ मैं तो
SVRP, I
आरपी जा
used
रही
to
हूँ.
set an alarm just to come in RP so that I could play with all the people
Like,
because
I'm
मेरे
not
timing
even
पे तो
ashamed.
obviously
Like,
नहीं
या
था.
मैंने तो अलार्म लगा के लाइक ग्राइंड के लिए उठी हूँ मैं
हाँ,
कि मेरे को ग्राइंड करना है
same,
ये टाइम
same,
पे. भाई गांजा पकड़ना
same.
है मेरे को उठ रही हूँ
अब नहीं
अलार्म
करा
लगा
ये।
के वर्चुअल.
But then
At
अभी
some
नहीं
point at
होता.
starting अब नहीं होता. अब तो स्टार्टिंग में तो
अब
किया है
नहीं
बहुत.
होता.
अब नहीं
It's
होता.
just like कि अब कितना ही grind कर लेंगे, क्या ही कर लेंगे. You know what I do for grind now? I mean, wherever I'm playing right now, I go to casino. If I lose, I lose. If I win, I win. That's what I do.
No,
nice. Yeah.
the thing
And I take
is,
money from people कि मेरे को पैसे दे दो, मैं खेल के आऊंगी.
But regarding
In
future of role
in
play
game
in like
grinding and
India,
IRL grinding.
in Asian server, like I
now
honestly,
now कुछ
according
कह
to
रहे थे
Anya, it's a long way to go. But according to me, it's never gonna change. It's all
Yep,
about
same.
content, doing stupidity for viewership. And Asia server में we can't do proper RP. कभी भी नहीं.
I
now
mean, there is
आप
still
क्या कह रहे
hope.
थे
नहीं नहीं. For
I
me,
mean,
I
we
won't
could
say there
never.
is hope. No. Nothing, bro. It's all about content here. It's all about like पता नहीं चलता तुम एक इंसान से बात कर रहे हो ना. You can never understand if he's gonna take it OC or if he's gonna keep in RP. These things
I'll
you
give you
never know.
a I'll give you a very a perfect example. Anya, I told Anya before. I have 2 weeks, actually a month holiday. Okay, Christmas, New Year, and everything, including. I have a month holiday. I have an option. I can play RP for 7 days, or else I can go to work. I said to my manager, give me all the shifts you have, and he gave me like around 40-hour shift every week, every single week. So that is my priority. I want to go to work rather than sitting home and play. But if I was in SPRP India na 2.0 tao, I would have stayed home and played RP. Not even lying. That time I was
Yeah,
addicted.
bro. वो भी क्या दिन
Now
थे
Right.
it's
यार.
just
वो भी क्या दिन थे,
Like
bro.
see,
Addiction.
like
now
when
it's just like okay.
SVRP came, I was so happy. It was so nice. Like I really had so much fun. I
I,
tried all kind of RPs.
I'll tell you straight, guys. You have to be addictive, but when you have to get addictive to it, is a simple thing is that you're earning something from it. You are streaming,
Yep.
you are earning something from it. It's your job now. That addiction has giving you money. It's not doing anything else. Then okay. Otherwise, I think you should take heavy breaks whenever you want. You come, play whatever you enjoy and all this. You don't try to okay. You play continuous, might be 1 2 months. Create a heavy progression for the story, but then take a break and get out of all these things. Even big streamers do that. They play other games. They don't try to, they take breaks on certain things and they play other games and all this. And they I don't think their minds are not fucked. Their minds are screwed actually. But it's their job and they have to do it because they have certain amount of hours and viewership which their contract will tell them to do. So they have to do it. So it's not an easy task of role playing as such if you go to see. And after that you become very चिड़चिड़ा हो जाता है आप. Everything becomes very this touchy to you if you can't like all those things. So it's very important for all the RP players to do that.
ये like
Now,
ये गेम ही ऐसा है कि it takes toll on you if you don't take break थोड़ा सा.
Yeah, yeah.
like
Yeah,
for
but
no,
another
yeah.
thing, yeah, I don't like is that, how people exploit things in RP. Like, a new update comes and everyone knows a developer, like, he does kitni mehnat karta hai, he works on it for months and months, and then the update gets pushed, and people like just jump into that update. Arey, naya update aaya, chalo, chalo. and they within a
क्या है
week or
नेक्स्ट
2
क्या है?
week, हाँ,
Very
within a
sensitive
week or
within
2
data.
week, no, 2 week में इतना उसको खुंदल के यूज करते, and then on the third week they are like, यार अब तो कुछ है ही नहीं करने को
They are
सर्वर में,
bored.
कुछ है ही नहीं.
Oh, that's the
Bro,
point.
they are taking
Bored.
months. Like, just take it slow now for your new update. But they
Hey,
so overdo it, they keep doing it again and again, and then within 2 weeks they are like, we are bored.
yes, that's correct of you, but that comes from what mentality is simple is that I have to show it first before someone else shows it. Remember that mentality आता है. किसने पहला देखा था वो चीज पे आता है. किसने पहला क्रैक किया था वो चीज को वो भी आता है. But even that happens in Minserve also. Everywhere it happens. I will not say much things on those things because that it's a global problem actually. But the other things, yeah, when you are too much addicted, you need to see for NoPixel also. We could have just launched the server next day only. What was the problem for us? We had nothing to worry about that. But the whole idea is when you play 1 year of RP, everyone requires a break. The RP players, the management, and everyone requires a break. They need to come out of all those things, come with fresh, thinking, fresh ideas. Keep themselves cool down on all those things which are happened and all those. So it's required. That is actually I never knew about this skill, but I learned this in SVRP when we took a break of 3 months. Right, that time I understood that this is a very important thing in RP. The breaks help a lot for a characters, to come freshly out.
It does. It does.
Yeah, and it's a
And
yeah. Yeah.
I think Tao, maybe Tokyo and Vanny cannot relate to SVRP, but to be honest, SVRP 2.0, when that was the period when like I got addicted because it was so much fun. I had, as a civilian, I had so much to do. As a civilian, I had so much to do. I always enjoyed my time around. I had people around. I had very supportive people around. That time RP wasn't only about win-win situation, and the court cases. I stayed when you had court case with Abhi and everybody. I stayed there in the court. I enjoyed my time
Me
over there.
too.
इस
I used to
सिचुएशन
sit all
में
the
बट इस
time.
सिचुएशन में मैं एक चीज बताती हूँ ठीक है लाइक आई मीन ऑफ कोर्स वी मे नॉट बी एबल टू रिलेट टू द SVRP scenario but then like Tao said earlier like you create your own space so Tokyo and I
Yep.
what we did we created our own space okay and we enjoyed so much and then after we got Uwu we had a blast like and
I
that's
don't
what I'm
even
saying
remember
वो
Tokyo
staff
के
से
साथ क्यों I had something in RP. We fought
हमारा तो
like
मिले ही
वो जो
झगड़े से थे
But
हम लोग मैं
then,
और एनियो तो
but
मिले ही
then
झगड़े में
after
थे
that, because I am a very chill person, today I'll fight. Next day I'll even forget about it. Honestly, I don't keep it in heart. Okay. Next day I think I called Tokyo and I said, you know what, I am sorry. I said, you know what, I'm
इन
sorry.
आरपी हो क्या
And
देन
she
हमारा
also,
वीसी पे भी
हाँ,
बात हुआ
in
था उस पे
RP.
कुछ हर्ट तो नहीं हुआ आयरल ऐसे सब
हाँ, because we are
बहुत बोल
sensitive
दिया
enough
था हम
to.
लोग
I was sensitive
बहुत
because
बोल दिया था हमने एक
बहुत
दूसरे को
कुछ बोल दिया था. But then हाँ वही है ना कि यहाँ पे when it comes to sensitive people, why is it always only women? I have only seen few guys who are actually sensitive enough to be like, अरे दिल पे तो नहीं लगी ना ये बात. I mean, obviously you are not supposed to take RPOC, but RP maybe you are not sensitive at all. And sometimes I feel like so sorry for some people uh, because I don't know what you're gonna do when there is no RP.
I don't know. I met this guy character in game who was so sensitive. That was so. I was so
Yeah.
happy seeing that character because he was like, ऐसा हर बात पे he's like very very sensitive. He's like crying or something. That was so nice to see.
No, but there are some male guys who do characters also. I've seen many times. They will
Yeah.
stick towards females. Some females might be their friends of theirs and all this. But then in RP, they tend to be overprotective sometime. They try to, whenever you want to interact a RP with a female or something like that, they will tend to interfere into that RP by, thinking from IRL ways. वो थोड़ा देखा है मैं थोड़े लोगों का बहुत प्रोटेक्टिव होते हैं वो बंदे so yes I've
सीधा
seen
एस्कॉर्ट
that
करके घसीट लेंगे बात नहीं है
कुछ ना कुछ yeah I think those are things which people should not do guys वो लड़की को उठा के नहीं लेके जा रहा है रोल प्लेयर वो रोल प्लेइंग कर रहा है उसके साथ उधर you also be part of it so don't worry on those things lot of people
I mean, if he's playing that best friend character, that is totally fine. But if he's just, carrying or escorting her, that is not nice.
No, that's not nice because that shows the feeling of OC of his. He doesn't understand that,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
period of
yeah.
time, but yes, it's growing. I've seen it. I have also done prediction on some people which I will
so
not
that
tell.
I also seen
Yeah, no, I have seen it in many like before also in the SPR also. So I predicted towards my clan who is there, we who are like Vespucci's like intellectuals. I told him, see, listen, now what will happen is see after 2 months ये ऐसा होने वाला है इसको प्रोग्राम OC में बाद में लफड़ा होने वाला है और बाद में and those things happen because you could he doesn't understand that a opposite side person, if he's well understanding, he knows what exactly which way you are going. That female might be has put you into a friend zone, but you are trying to find that gap to come inside that friend zone by showing her that I'll protect you from everything which is around. So I know those things happen, but it's okay. It's okay. It's a very funny thing. But yes, people should change and be in their character, not in the OC feelings of theirs normally. Yeah, but otherwise,
This was a funny one. This
true,
was.
it's true. It's true. Actually, it happens. So, girls, we'll go to the next thing now. Mostly, we have finished with the management and future of RP. Also, I think most of you are like some of the like Heba is saying it might not. No, Mr. GJ, we want to hear from you. We didn't hear from you only. You tell me something is very important, which I want to know. As a female character, which you play in the city, how much difficulties do you find when you do a RP with a male character? Oh, also tell us with a female character, whatever.
तो पहले तो नेगेटिव कैरेक्टर मैं प्ले कर रहा हूँ एक स्ट्रिपर का, तो ऑब्वियस की बात है लोग बातें बना रहे हैं, मेरे को पता भी नहीं है वो बात किसी और के पास जा रही है, फिर और बातें बन रही है, और जो भी मैं कुछ बोल रहा हूँ स्ट्रीम पे या फिर इन आरपी, हर चीज का अलग ही मतलब निकाल रहे हैं, जबकि वो मुझे मिले भी नहीं आए रहे, और ऐसे कर रहे हैं जैसे ये लड़का अपनी हवस को पूरी करने के लिए ये बन के आया है और ये खुद कर रहा है ये काम, और मैंने ऐसे कई बंदों के मुंह से सुना है,
हाँ,
पीठ पीछे से सुना है,
I
इवन
always very happy when you did that character.
इवन ये भी हुआ है कि मैंने जो स्ट्रीम पे बोला है वो मैं चिल वे में बोला हूँ, बट उस चीज को रिपीट एंड रिपीट पे मेरी स्ट्रीम को वीसी में बैठ के देखेंगे, उसका वो करेंगे, संस्क्रिप्टीकरण करेंगे, एक एक वर्ड का अलग ही मतलब निकालेंगे और ऐसे मेरे सामने पोर्ट्रे करेंगे जैसे मैं एक बहुत बड़ा दरिंदा हूँ और मेरे से ऐसे ओसी में रिएक्ट करेगा। ऐसा काफी बार मेरे साथ हो चुका है, तो अब मेरे को वो फर्क नहीं पड़ता। अगर तुम सच में आरपी खेल रहे हो तो तुम्हें वो चीज से फर्क नहीं पड़ना चाहिए कि मैं ओसी क्या हूँ क्या नहीं।
हाँ, but
और ये
as a female ना हम I don't think any of us had any problem with GJ ever
Yeah,
because
Never,
he plays his
never.
character so well ना कि हमको कभी वो
I
मौका ही
actually
नहीं
had
मिला
a problem
मैं तो
once.
अभी भी बोलती हूँ भाई
I
बढ़िया
actually had
कैरेक्टर है
the
इसका,
problem
इतना
once.
बढ़िया कैरेक्टर
याद है
है।
जीजे, you were doing RP with Anu, Shahrukh Khan. You were dancing in front of him. याद है?
या
Yeah,
या
actually, there's a really funny story behind it. Actually, you were doing RP of dancing, you know, and then you went like on the bed with him, and guys were doing adult things. So I actually blocked
यस
him on the spot. I blocked him.
आई नो दैट थिंग।
So I
और
was.
उस टाइम पे मैं चैट में भी आया था कि बस
It
आरपी
had
की थोड़ा
nothing. No,
हीट
no,
अप
it had
हीट अप
nothing
मोमेंट
to
था,
do
आई
with
नो।
you. No, it had nothing to do with you because I was like, dude, ये करने जाते हो तुम आरपी में, like बेड पे तुम किसी के साथ ये करना है तुमको आरपी में. So I blocked him. But then I unblocked him within like 2 hours and I was thinking ये मैं ही like बेवकूफ हूँ यार, ये तो लड़का है यार, क्यों ही सीरियस लूं मैं इसके आरपी को.
No, but even if
बट
it's
मैं
a female also, you should not take it serious, Heba, because they're playing
हाँ
role playing
No,
inside.
no. I have like नहीं, मैं कोई right नहीं दूंगी. If like my man is doing flirting is okay, it's fine. Like love RP के लिए no, बिल्कुल
No,
नहीं.
see, that's the problem.
I have
Heba.
3 characters, baby, in RP. Why you want to
So
flirt with anyone
yeah,
else?
so that you all decide whom you all want to flirt with each other, but you can't stop RPs of role players
No love
story.
RP.
but
You can't do love
GJ,
RP with anyone else.
I will just tell you one thing. What you're doing is very unique and it takes a lot of guts.
Yeah,
So don't
exactly.
let it.
So
So don't
like
let
a
it
lot
like
of girls
pull
need to
you
think
down.
about it.
Because I mean, I तो had a lot of fun doing RP with him.
यही
Like
पायलागू करता था
Monica,
लेगेसी पे, याद है मेरे को.
Monica character
दैट वाज
इसका
संस्कारी ना।
यार मैं भी लेगेसी से देख रही आ रही हूँ ना. अच्छी आरपी है, बहुत
I
अच्छी है.
mean,
मतलब
nobody
वो
would have
कैरेक्टर को
to
मैंने
do
प्रोग्रेस
that
ही ऐसे करा।
character, you know.
yeah.
He had the guts to do that character, which is
नहीं
so
गट्स चाहिए
difficult.
यार, गट्स चाहिए एंड
That's
Exactly.
the
मतलब
main
तुम
thing.
सिर्फ
Because
वो
a
देखो
lot
कि
of
यार
people
वो
are
सिर्फ एक
judging you.
आर्टिस्ट पर्सपेक्टिव से देखो
Yeah.
ना कि ही इज जस्ट ट्राइंग टू क्रिएट समथिंग दैट इज नॉट देयर.
See, that's the problem. लोगों को appreciate करने को आना मांगता है. Actually, he's acting.
हाँ
To do
हाँ
a male doing a female acting is a very tough
करेक्ट,
job. Or
वेरी
also
टफ
even for a
जॉब.
female doing a male, they're just going against their gender because
ट्रू
it's not normal for them. But putting so much
ट्रू
efforts to do that is an
ट्रू
appreciation. Normally we need to,
ट्रू
all of us has to appreciate. But लोगों को समझता नहीं है. पर yes, I to like his character whatever, and he does a lot of things and everything. And we need to boost him. That we know. We are looking at some things
Yeah.
this time. We need to boost him more because we need to promote those things. Like there's another one. हमारा AVG भी है, मुन्नी मार लेगी. पर उसने
Yes.
उसके कैरेक्टर को डिशुम में इन्वेस्ट करके रखा है पूरा. वो
No, but
fighter
Munni is also
fighter
having a
में.
very good character story and
Yes.
everything, like he's flirting with the girls, he's flirting with the
ये
guys.
बहुत फनी है, बहुत फनी है। मेरे को
Yeah,
हॉस्टेज ले लिया था,
it,
ठीक है? मैंने बोला हाँ प्लीज लेके जाओ मुझे हॉस्टेज।
But no, what
he's
happens is that's the again Munni. See what happened. Her character, everything, long story, everything is good. But the last minute, no, he that mix up happens. As a female, he does things which normally a female will never involve in the story to do those things. They'll have another way to do it. He will fall for that same male type of doing things because the most of his other members will be male. He will not invest into being away from males and going and being with females only or doing something with females, all those things. उधर उसको थोड़ा उधर काम करना है थोड़ा. He has to add more things and that. Otherwise, it's again talent and a lot of work for that to do those things, to be into that character and all those things. So it's appreciated always, guys. That's great. Okay, guys. So अभी main चीजें हम लोग ने touch किया है. All those things, everything we have touched on all the aspects. So let's talk about now main things is before there's a question round. Okay, for 10 minutes people ask questions and then you guys have to answer those questions. But before that, major problems of RP faces and how to tackle them, we have already spoken on that in the whole debate now when we are talking. So let's, final thing is any suggestions for NP 3.8? Any suggestions, guys?
Honestly,
Suggestion
people
Tao.
come here because they know this is the best. Like, if you want quality RP, this is the best place. So, what more of suggestions can we give?
No, there are always, everything has to be learned. It's not about the server, it's about the management and the people who run that server or people who play in that server. कुछ भी ऐसा चीज आपको दिखता है कि because we have a fresh start, we can tackle it.
Just
I mean,
we touched the main things actually in this whole community discussion only, that just a little more openness and awareness of other people's perspective and a little more tolerance towards like what people are trying to do, and just an open mind. Basically just get into RP with an open mind, that's all.
Normally, whole idea is the management should boost and give support to the female characters also who are playing inside. That's
True,
what
true.
not
you
only
girls will
females,
require.
but
Not just
also
females, anybody who has
anybody
an
doing a very
idea,
good
who
job,
has a
yeah.
good idea, who is
That's
creative,
great.
Thing
who
is
is hardworking, who's dedicated, anybody who has a vision. That's what I
That's
would
great.
say.
like
That's
I have
great.
seen people work really hard, make real graphics or real
Hmm.
documents, real websites
Cinematic
and
shots
stuff.
भी बनाते हैं
Yeah,
यार इतने सारे
like
लोग.
they work so hard and like then they're not appreciated. Like
वही.
they should be appreciated.
That's correct. And they should be given support and tried
And
to,
I think like वही है जैसे businesses वगैरह और जैसे RP में जैसे businesses and all are very very crucial because those are the places which can generate more RP. So like any businesses or places
Like
that are handed over to people, maybe like handed over to people who are good and who are talented and who really make an effort in bringing people together. I
see,
think
this time
those kind of people.
what we have is something called Clarity Committee. That committee looks after calls people like if you have to talk to them, you can come and talk, and you explain try to discuss about your 6 months of progression, where exactly you are going to. Now, if
Yeah,
there is
I
some
had a
mistake
talk
and all
with them.
this, we try to tell you that this thing you can change to this thing. Now, on those basis, we define a business for you, or we create a place for you, because that's what it cannot be like you can jump to any place which opens up in the city and you can take over that. No, we have like odd 200 businesses right now in the city which are established already. So there are different types of businesses in different trades and these skill sets you require to run those businesses. So we are doing certain things, we are talking to you and understanding so that that business can be made for you. You can move your story through that. If there is not a business which we have, if you have some other concept, then we have something called storefronts, which we create for you into that and give crafting inside that shop and all this, so that you run your own place. And those storefronts are normally like MLOs only, which are interior designers who do all the this and everything in the server according to how they want to design it, and they can do it beautiful. So I would say if you people are also interested in playing NoPixel or whatever, you all should discuss your things with Clarity Committee and build a strong character
Yeah,
before coming in the
exactly. Like
city.
people should like
No,
the
because sir, businesses are very powerful. Like if you hold a certain place and a certain location on the server, you can generate a lot of RP from that place.
Correct.
So
And
if
one more,
it's like with, yeah.
there's one
Now,
more thing.
as
Yeah,
a
yeah,
um,
बताओ.
as an interior thing, now the biggest problem I have faced is, people don't understand this as an interior. When I'm doing the interior, now I invest my time at one place, one single place, for more than 24 hours. I'm investing my time, and when they, like, जब भी supportive की बात आती है, obviously grinding is something you guys do, ठीक है, that is your part, but my part is to complete your house. And when I say something now, I'll be like, obviously they'll ask for the amount and everything, and they're like, oh, इतना नहीं 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 करवाना ही नहीं है, मैं
हम तो
ऐसे ही रह
खुद ही कर
लूंगा घर
लेंगे।
पे।
नहीं,
बट
बट उसका मैं एक
imagine
एक
where,
आपको एक छोटा सा वो लाइक, डिड यू स्ट्रीम दैट, डिड यू स्ट्रीम और
yep
ट्राई टू
yep
लाइक
yep
रिकॉर्ड इट?
yeah
हाँ,
यस,
बिकॉज
मैं भी
बिकॉज इफ
कर
यू, हाँ, बिकॉज इफ यू डू दैट ना, तो एक्चुअली पता चलेगा कितनी कितनी मेहनत जाती है और कितना एफर्ट जाता है टू।
नहीं, people know that कितना effort जाता है, people know that, but
But
you know what's
they want
the
to,
thing
they
is कि
don't want to spend the
they just
money.
need a house, they don't want to spend the money in this thing, they just want कि
Uh,
हाँ है, मतलब है, ऐसा समझ रहे हो, घर है तो क्यों चाहिए। बट वहाँ पे my RP is stopped over there because there, मैं honestly बताऊँ, if 50 houses people own करते हैं ना, तो they are only giving like मैंने 10 घर, like 10 houses का contract लिया होगा, and that is
I
where it all goes wrong,
I faced this, when I was like, I opened like the first ever business in SVRP. I had like this, what, uh, I don't even remember their name. Okay, I had two businesses. Okay, and I had Cluck and Bell. People didn't buy food from me. Okay, they used to buy those sandwiches, but they didn't come to me to buy, like a food, because they wanted to save that money.
that they do that, and but you have to push them through the server mechanics to do that actually.
But that is
अरे
also the thing.
exactly.
You
हाँ,
know,
even in news ना, people don't give you RP ना, like अपनी
you know,
search,
so
but they
before
don't
I used
realize
to
कि
हाँ,
हाँ हाँ बोल बोल
okay,
बोल
but
क्या
they
बोल
don't realize कि you have to stand in a RP, like situation हो रही है, like literally out of 3 to 4 hours of continuous recording ना, we get like footage of 30 minutes, and if even after that, like, people they go to sleep, हाँ हो गया RP चलो बंद करते हैं, no, we have to sit back on the computer and then we have to edit all of the clips, we have to edit, उसमें भी 2-3 घंटा अलग चला जाता है एक न्यूज आने के लिए। सो टोटली इतनी ओवर मेहनत हो जाती है न्यूज में, बट पीपल आर लाइक नो यू कांट रिकॉर्ड दिस, जस्ट गो लीव द एरिया, खत्म आरपी।
They don't know the hard work what you put behind. Okay, guys, I'll tell you something about this interior RP of ours in the server now, NoPixel. देखो हम लोग ने हमको मालूम है लोग टैलेंट को ये नहीं करते बट दैट्स नॉट द होल थिंग देयर इज लॉट ऑफ टाइम विच इंटीरियर पीपल इन्वेस्ट इन देयर रियल लाइफ एंड नॉट दैट आल्सो इज नॉट एज सच एज दे आर इंटरेक्टिंग आरपी आल्सो नहीं है उधर कोई बात भी नहीं करता उनसे वो अकेले करते हैं वो लोग now for that reason we understood one thing is that they should be benefited from IRL also. So हम लोग ने क्या किया है कि we are making a state interior companies there. So normally houses we have not yet touched till now, but we have this storefronts which people will require to put their businesses. Now what they have to do is when they want a business, they meet the real estate guy. The real estate guy builds the place for him and then tells him you have to meet the interior guy of the state. Now the interior guy will look at his design, what he wants and everything, and then now it goes IRL. Then there's a rate fixed for him to pay IRL. Okay, from that the interior guy gets the 25% of that money, real money. So you have to people have to pay for things and then they get that money also really because they are investing there. This it's not about RP
too much
anymore.
hard work, too much
Yeah,
hard
there
work.
is something which they put alone themselves there and everything. So उसके लिए benefit होना मांगता है. And people have to spend some money if they want to do all these things because everything is not
I
like
have seen people doing like putting their IRL
because
businesses in no
because now you know how long I have been doing interior, right? And abhi, you know what I've started doing, like मतलब कि at one point I just gave up and I was like, इतना लूंगी मैं, इतना आई एम चार्जिंग यू, तुमको करवाना है करवाओ, मैं नहीं करवाना नहीं करवाओ, बिकॉज आई एम नॉट लुकिंग फॉर सपोर्टिव एनीमोर, आई एम डन एट सम पॉइंट, बिकॉज इतना, मतलब कि खुद से करके भी दो ना तो सुनना पड़ता है, आई एम लाइक व्हाट ब्रो।
नहीं वो अभी
पब्लिक
करना है
इतना
वैसा
देना
नहीं
नहीं चाहती क्योंकि आरपी नहीं कर रही वहां पे,
बिकॉज
वो बस एक
हाँ
चीज बनाना चाह रही है, उसके पीछे एफर्ट
हाँ
नहीं डालना चाह रही है। वो
वही
घर बना के है, उसके अंदर कोई आरपी क्रिएट नहीं करना चाह रहा है, बस घर है दिखाना चाहती है
नहीं वो
कि घर
देखो
के अंदर हम
अभी
कोई आरपी करते,
राइट
वो है ही
नाउ
नहीं।
दे आर ऑल्सो कंप्लेनिंग नॉट टू पे यू इन इनसाइड सिटी उधर प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है उनको एग्जैक्टली वो लोग उधर खुद ही बनाएंगे बोल रहे हैं कितना पैसा क्यों देंगे आपको राइट सो द होल आइडिया इज दे
हाँ
आरपी हैज बीन गॉन आउट ऑफ देयर कैरेक्टर बिकॉज ही इज नॉट अ इंटीरियर गाय टू डू इंटीरियर थिंग्स उसका प्रोग्रेशन ही नहीं उस पे. Just because you have server mechanics and your phone can do that, it doesn't mean you have to invest yourself into that. वो आपका आरपी नहीं था, आपको कहाँ से आया वो टैलेंट? That is somebody else is doing, no, interior RP. That person has the talent of that because in the story of his. So ये चीज़ very important है. हमारे लिए तो अभी बहुत important है वो नो पिक्सल पे. So we know people who will play there will have to give that RP to everybody. Now they can't tomorrow start designing their own houses. That's the time they lose their whitelisting role directly because we know he can't even caution on why he lost his whitelisting role because why he came to no pixel first of all. He should know that caution first to answer that. सो इसके लिए वो भी चीज़ हमको ये इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं. हमको अभी ये इम्पोर्टेंट है कि वो पर्सन हु इज पुटिंग दैट एफर्ट्स to do that fucking MLOs or whatever it is inside and whatever it is has to benefit something real life. And people need
Correct.
to shell out
I
something.
even got DMs कि कैसे करते हैं, मेरे को सिखा दो आके. And that is so wrong. Like मैं नहीं सिखा सकती. I cannot invest my time. Like कि मैं अभी अब तुमको सिखाऊंगी, तुम सीख
True,
जाओगे.
true,
फिर where is my RP? You should come to
true,
me saying कि Enyo, are you available? क्या तुम कर सकती
true.
हो? But ये कोई नहीं मुझे. They are like कि अरे मेरे को बता देना कैसे करते हैं. I know you are my friend, but still तुमको समझना पड़ेगा. There is a limit. That is my whole RP. That is where I have invested my time the most. And मेरे को कैसा लगेगा? नहीं अच्छा लगेगा.
Correct, correct.
Those things,
But वो नहीं सोचते.
and you know, it's a simple thing. वो लोगों को like उस time पे might be your RP is different. You want to open a this interior company where you will recruit people. That time you might call that guy to train you. Now you are appointing him, you're training him. He's working for you now. वो चीज़ हो सकता है पर ये DMBM सिखा ये RP नहीं है.
Ah,
ये RP नहीं
right,
है.
right.
This is completely like out of RP. Just like they are not role playing anymore. They just want to know the server feature, how to do it. उतनी चीज़ है वो. And yeah, this time it won't happen. All those things. Okay, there's another thing I need to touch on is Vanny music because it's a very big thing of NoPixel. And recently we achieved a big. कल NoPixel sorry 11th is the NoPixel Awards, international awards, and we'll come to the who won international. And I think mostly our guy is winning. International award हो जीत रहा है. A big this. So I wanted to know about yourself. Like, what do you want to invest into this music? It's a big thing. End of it into
I
no
do.
pixels.
I do because okay, like after I played NoPixel for some time, then after that the next character that I had made was just artist. So it was
Okay.
just a pure artist RP, and that time I was heavily practicing my vocals and everything because see I used to sing, but then I stopped, and then of course you have to keep practicing, and this is actually a very serious. There can be a lot of serious and great RP from
Take
this.
a lot of like
So
effort.
I mean, like I said again, I was not doing masala mirchi RP. I was just doing artist RP. I was doing music. I was, Tao, I was making original songs while doing RP, like sitting and actually making original songs. But then later on, I realized that there's a very small audience for that. So then I stopped a little bit, and of course, it demotivates you a little bit, when you put in so much of hard work, and it's
I,
not easy.
I would say don't worry about the audience here. This is you have to see the international platform which you have to see, and there is real life money also because those all labels are they're all registered and you can make money with your albums when they play on Spotify and all those things. Now the thing is you need to invest. Why? Because there's a exposure which you can catch on these things. You can just hold and forget about the Indian audience, whatever it is, whatever help you require from us because now we have everything. So we have 2 studios or 3 studios right now in the city. Plus we will be coming with our own Indian recording label eventually for Hindi music, which we want to form a radio on NoPixel so that it will be heard in main server also. So that is later on. But first we won't have to catch the main NoPixel's record labels. There we have to enter into. So MDM is functioning now. Wu Chang will be functioning soon, and Cream Pie Records is another one which will be this. So I would say that you try to push yourself into this and push that character's story into singing whatever it is. You saw the No Pixel our anniversary also. Those all the
I
singers
did. Yes,
which
yes,
came from
yes.
different region and all this. So there are only some of
Yes,
them.
yes.
There are more of them actually if you go to see like P Money and all these are like the famous artists which are there and not come. But eventually I would love if you also go to the main server tomorrow and perform yourself and make a place there with someone.
I would love to do that.
That
Personally, yes, because music is something I really want to push in RP because it's an extension of my creativity only in a way. So Yes, I would love to
This
do
time
that.
I would say that you should do that. And any help you
I will,
require,
I will.
even if you have any other friends who are there in the music and all this, they don't know much RP, but they want to invest
Mm-hmm.
themselves into music, call them. We'll teach them the RP. That's not a problem. But talent is
Mm-hmm.
important.
My older brother is actually a professional musician. So he's
Yeah.
a composer, and most of the original tracks that I sing on are his compositions. And I'm actually working on like a couple of original songs. So yeah, like even he is planning to get into RP. So of course the
Get
RP
him.
aspect he might not know, but he is a composer. Like if, like for example, they have composers, right?
Right.
Who make music for the vocalists and then they give the tracks. So my brother makes the tracks for the vocalists.
I know,
So
I
like
got it. No,
yeah, the
his RP,
mixing and
his
everything.
RP will be on those bases only. He doesn't require to know what is other things of RP.
Correct, correct.
Actually he's real RP player then, because he's come with his talent and he's actually pushing that
Hmm.
talent in the city. He's not bothered about other things. With that
Correct,
talent, he's
correct.
increasing the IRL people's, a lot of things. So those things are
Hmm.
very important. Please call your brother. No issues. We'll,
I will,
help him
I
with
will.
everything.
I
Okay.
will. Definitely.
Okay, guys. Now we will go to question answer round. For like 5 minutes, we'll go because there's a 10:30 another podcast with Daddy Cool, Gunshot, and all those people.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
So let's go for the question answer round, guys. Guys, आप लोगों की जो लोगों को क्वेश्चन पूछना है, सर्वर के बारे में नहीं, मेरे बारे में नहीं, एडमिन मैनेजमेंट. Ask questions related to the beautiful girls who are sitting here for the podcast. Ask to them what you all want to know from them. RP related questions, not personal. Okay, I just opened the.
I like how you needed to specify that.
Okay, guys, it's already on. You all can start writing your questions. Read
I
that.
think everybody is done.
No, no, आ रहा है. लितल छोड़ता है. लितल ने पहला ही डाल दिया. टोक्यो मैम फ्रॉम लितल. ओके फॉर टोक्यो. टोक्यो मैम, चाय पसंद है या कॉफी आरपी में? टोक्यो इज नॉट हियर, बट आई थिंक शी can't hear us. Okay.
No, I'm here. Sorry,
There's a question
remind
for
मत
you
ना.
especially.
मुझे दोनों पसंद है नाना. हमारी डेट बाकी है बाय द वे आरपी
अच्छा,
में.
डेट पे जाने वाले हैं आप लोग. ओके ओके.
Oh, अच्छा.
So coffee with Nana. Okay, very nice.
It should be coffee with Karan, but ठीक है. हाँ.
Mhm.
This is for I think GJ. मोनिका की शादी होगी बाईजी से.
Actually, there
वो तो
was
फ्यूचर में पता
somebody.
चलेगा.
गाइस, आप लोग उसका आरपी नहीं कर सकते.
I
सस्पेंस.
think
Suspense में
Chabra
छोड़
was the
दिया.
first person to get married to GJ, na? In Legacy, I still
No.
remember. I
Blitz
remember.
Blitz is asking, will we see Monica in 3.8 Material Queen? Guys, he can't tell you all. It's suspense. वो बाद में आप आरपी में देखो. Manish Patel just wanted to ask Vani, what was the story behind killing Marlega?
सिंपल स्टोरी ये था कि भाई उसने मार दिया मेरे को पहले, ठीक है? ब्रोक माई ट्रस्ट एंड दैट इज व्हेन माय कैरेक्टर लॉस्ट इट एंड आई वांटेड टू शो दैट दिस गर्ल इज नॉट द काइंड ऑफ गर्ल हु विल melt or become sensitive or emotional. She had to take charge and she had to do what was justified for her, and that was the reason. And I had explained this reason so many times, like yeah, that was the reason, because first Marlega was the one who pushed her off, despite of her trying to comfort him and be there for him and give him the support and this and that. Still, all of that was just shattered in a second. And after that she became dark. That was the progression. And then later on she became ruthless. So she did what had to be done.
Kai is asking what inspired you to do RP and best RP player. Are you asking me, Kai? Kai, don't ask me questions. That you can ask later. Then please specify to whom you are asking that question. CJ, we want to see Vani as the first female music artist from India. A request, Vani, for you. CJ is saying that the first female music artist should be from Vani, should be the first one from India.
I would definitely work my ass off for that. Definitely. And I would love to be that. Like that would be amazing. Like thank you so much for the sweet words, CJ. Thank you. Means a lot.
Malav is asking question to GJ. Will there be any more character in 3.8? He might be asking like if Monica character will be there in 3.8. You want to tell or you want to keep it a secret?
मोनिका तो होगी, एक और आएगा, वो क्या आएगा वो तो बाद में ही पता चलेगा। सब अभी
अरे
से
बाप
बता
रे,
दिया तो क्या मजा आएगा।
सस्पेंस में छोड़ रहा है, कुछ नहीं दे रहा है ऑडियंस।
चलो एक हिंट दे देता हूँ।
हिंट तो दो, हाँ हिंट दो।
म्यूजिक के रिलेटेड है।
What?
Let's go.
What? You got a competition?
Competition, rap battle
Okay.
होने
बट
वाला है
नॉट
अभी।
फीमेल कैरेक्टर, ये भी बता दिया। चलो
मेल
Hmm.
कैरेक्टर रैप बैटल होने वाले है इस बार लीजन पे। Okay, Tanmay Malav is asking question. Okay, Divesh Karjekar is asking Heba and Chui. Anya. Heba and Anya MP3 on में RP guys, that's their decision. Don't ask those questions. Rashul, Enyo, when are you coming back? Waiting in Velo lobby. He's asking, he's waiting for you in Velo lobby.
ठीक है यार ताऊ।
Yes, Shah, it would be a lot of fun if makes a female new character in co-op. Nay, yes, it is not good. That same he goes on making female characters. It just loses his whole that style of those things. It should not just exploit those. I don't know if he wants to do, he can do it, but I feel like that.
नहीं फीमेल कैरेक्टर कॉप में तो नहीं आएगा बाबा, बहुत मुश्किल हो जाएगी।
We have so many calls. बहुत तकलीफ होती है।
तन्मय
कॉल्स का रट्टा मारो, ध्यान रखो कि तुम्हें फीमेल के आवाज में बात कर रहे हो तो ग्रामर संभालना है, उतना नहीं हो पाएगा।
Tanmay Malav is saying, question of Tanmay Malav is, Heba ma'am, आपकी रिपोर्टर आरपी मिस कर रहे हम सब, hoping to see you back in RP.
Thank you. मैं
अभी
सोचा
declare
नहीं इस
reporter
बारे में,
RP.
लेकिन it's just a lot of work है। अभी तो मेरी जॉब है, 9 घंटे की शिफ्ट है, तो
आपका फैन है उधर नीचे देखो, पीपी द गेमर फॉर हेबा, वांट हेबा इन 3.8.
I remember PP.
PP, I'm not even ashamed, but I'm just gonna say I love you so much, PP. By the way, Insta story पे जो DP डाली है बहुत अच्छे लग रहे हो।
PP is the snake ना ताऊ?
PP is the if I tell you all about PP in Legacy, how I found him was he was burning petrol pumps.
I know this story.
Character was
Petrol
Surya.
pump है ना?
Yeah, he was simply burning petrol pumps in the city, just coming and blowing petrol pumps.
Yeah, उसका character था सूर्या, bro, मस्त था।
ऐसा मुच्छी थी, राजस्थानी मुच्छी थी।
फोटोग्राफर आरपी करता था ना वो।
बाद में हमारे साथ वास्पुची में लाके उसको, और एक जॉनथन बोल के था, उसने उसको पूरा चेंज किया और खत्म बाद में पेट्रोल पंप सब कुछ। तो यार नेक्स्ट वन इज फ्रॉम लिटिल वानी मैम, आप इतनी समझदार है क्या आप सैंडविच या क्या खाती है आप, सैंडविच या पास्ता ब्रेकफास्ट में?
अंडा टोस्ट, चाय कॉफी के लिए तो पूछा नहीं तुमने मेरे से। मैं क्यों बताऊं?
No, might be.
Chai coffee is going with Tokyo, na?
No, might be Vanny. It's like chai coffee with Tokyo and then breakfast with me.
And then breakfast with Vanny.
He'll go on lunch with somebody else, and then
We'll have some pancakes then, okay? Nana and Vanny will have some pancakes from
Adarsh NKS music video from girls like from main NP हो सकता है। Adarsh is asking music video from girls like from main NP हो सकता है। देखो Adarsh, I'll tell you one more thing. In main NP there's some called bimbos. That's a group of girls who do their dancing crew and everything. They don't feel ashamed of anything. They just take over the stage and they do everything. But yes, why not? We will do music video if there are girls who are doing their own band or whatever. They have a RP together. Then why not? We can do any videos for them. That's not
I
an
had
issue.
that RP when I was in Legacy. That was my first RP. I used to like sing on the streets and people used to like give me money. Then I formed a band and then we used to do that synchronizing dancing. Then the government gave us contracts to sing on the stage and everything.
No, if you
It was
seriously
really
want to invest in that, please go ahead, because we have a full setup for that. I'll be very straight. If you they like you, no, they will surely call you on main server, this bimbos and all this. Because they normally what happens, no, main servers love you when they look at the RP of yours, which matches according to the RP. They feel like you are putting some like those things, and then they really like now right now that Remy and that Randy are
No, I
become.
feel really happy listening about it because that was my first ever RP that I did.
So yes, sure we'll try. किसने पूछा था? Adish. Jar, what's the plan to play any strong woman character of the city? Uh, Jar, you're asking all of them? Anyone can answer this, huh? Anyone has a mind, like, wants to give answer on this thing? Like, any plan to play any strong woman character of the city? Like, becoming a mayor or might be reaching to highest
Dawn.
level?
नहीं देखो
Yeah.
हम तो कर लेंगे बट एट द सेम टाइम सपोर्ट चैट से भी होना चाहिए बाकियों से भी होना चाहिए ठीक है अदरवाइज अ लॉट ऑफ द टाइम्स व्हेन यू प्ले स्ट्रॉन्ग फीमेल कैरेक्टर्स दैट आर अनअपोलोजेटिक ना वी आर जज्ड हेवीली so that mindset
Very
also
heavily.
needs to be that mindset needs to
हाँ.
be changed because हमेशा एक strong female character जो करेगी obviously justify करेंगे actions but वो actions हमेशा अच्छे नहीं होंगे that's for sure those actions can be very wrong also so yeah like अगर support और वो मिलेगा तो definitely यार I'm sure all of these girls are badass and they want to do that यार किसको नहीं करना so
मेरे को तो करना है मेरे को legit करना है I mean I want to be one of those Tao I really enjoy hacking I mean like
Okay.
I used to love I mean I used to learn and like learning new things ठीक है and somewhere I think I feel like this कि NoPixel में जब भी जितना भी मेरा time था जो भी था I should have taken the step. If I come to 3.8, that is my mindset that I want to learn hacking. No, like I did, obviously I did learn. But मेरे को हमेशा वही है ना कि I stayed back. But this time I want to be in the front. I want to learn things.
That's very good. Well,
I'm
you're
somebody
investing
who's
in
interested
something.
more on that. Tao, I did learn actually. I was so dedicated to hacking now. I did day and night boosting, like day and night, day and night, day and night, and I learned S plus. And I think I should thank Mandya and there's a guy named Blue. Those were the two people who would, मैं कुछ भी करूँ, they would still be there. Like they're like, it's okay, try again, try again, try. And they were the only two people who were like actually there, boosting me, helping
That's
me.
very
कि हाँ ठीक है,
nice.
कोई ना सीख जाओगी. It's okay. I did so many mistakes at first, but then they supported me all the way through. I think
That's
somewhere it's just like कि नहीं तुम नहीं कर सकती like everybody is like born hacker बाहर से सीख के आते एक तो तुम हम तो आरपी में सीखने का ट्राई कर रहे हैं and people don't
आरपी
even
में
allow that
आरपी में सीखना डोंट वरी नहीं नो अलाउ नहीं हमारे सर पे अलाउ है तो टेंशन नहीं मतलब
नहीं
यू
नहीं
कैन डू
ना
व्हाट यू
ना
वांट
था
दैट्स
not like you but then not the server sided but then yeah it just
the public the people who are doing that
हाँ
robbery with you might be thinking that you don't have that capabilities but don't worry you prove to them otherwise if they don't allow you to prove you make your own fucking group like of girls or boys or whatever it is and you prove to them on their face afterwards so you should always do that with these people but one thing I need to tell you everyone okay I forgot to tell this thing somebody asked that that's the reason are we a girl gang need in 3.8 that's what somebody wrote but let me tell everyone there are no gangs in 3.8 guys there is no gangs. There are something called only civilians and businesses and criminals. You can do heist and everything and all this. You can live like a family or you can live in a group. But you cannot. There's nothing called as mafia or there's nothing called as organized criminals or whatever. We are not allowing that because 6 months of the server, we have so much things to explore this NoPixel server right now, which is there, that it is very less time for us to open all the businesses, interact all those businesses with everyone. And by that time, 4.0 is coming. So we don't have time for gang RP in this version. That is for 4.0 later on. So this is completely focused on civil and criminal RPs. Basically criminal also what kind of criminal जैसे अभी एनियो ने बताया है criminal with some skills with traits आप जेब कतरा हो सकते हो आप माइट बी अ गुड रॉबर हो सकते हो गाड़ियों का हाउस रॉबर के लिए अच्छा हो सकते हो लोगों का टीवी चोरी करने के लिए अच्छा हो सकते हो माइट भी आप भागने के लिए अच्छा सकते हो गाड़ी के साथ GTA like all the skills has to be in you to become a criminal this time नॉट सिंपली मैं आ गया गान का तो मतलब गान ही नहीं है सर्वर में anyway because means NoPixel has already removed that gun chapter to another level. Only pistols are there. Even if there are AKs, they are damn expensive. They are millions and you have to craft them heavily and all those. So वो कुछ नहीं gun भी कुछ नहीं वो छोड़ो सब लोग. But there are other things in RP like you know there are a lot of things which are required for heist, termites, so the C4s and all those which are used for that. But skill based RP करना है लोगों को. Even if he's doing a criminal. Time. But mostly we want people to talk to each other because there's another problem for us is NoPixel. All the businesses are interacted with each other of the scripts. So एक चीज आपको एक business में करना पड़ता है तो बाकी क्या चीज दूसरे business पे जाके करना पड़ता है. So it is all interaction of RPs to going to different places. In public server we didn't open all those things. We used to spawn and give whatever is required and all those. But there's nothing to spawn. The admins will not give anything and they are not part of the RP. All the people will do, most of the people have to do everything in the server because everything is there. You just need to find it, how to do it. So everything you will find inside. People have to role play among themselves and all those. And there is a lot of things different in RP. There is a new police department coming, which is a higher level of police department, which I won't tell you all now only, which will come after a certain time. Then there is a new type of RP which is coming, which most of the people have never, they heard about it, they saw it, not RP, in real life they saw it, heard. They are part of it actually. But in RP, nobody tried to invest in it because of lack of knowledge and understanding of that RP. But this time it is getting launched in NoPixel. It's a beautiful RP. You people will enjoy it. It has a lot of debates. It is a RP of empowerment, where even person who requires as a leader can get empowered in that RP. It doesn't differentiate a female or male or whatever. If you are good in your skills of effective public speaking, eventually you can become a leader. It's in that basis the RP is. So yeah, there are these things which I wanted to clear to everyone, and you guys also must have not known this actually. So let's go to the next one. Can you female gang? What about the people who just log into the server to grind and just to interact? Chinmay, you ask me. You ask, isn't it? He's asking Tokyo. Okay, what about the people who interact and want to people keep grinding from continuous 2 to 3 months? Is this RP? Isn't that just grind? Okay, want to answer that, Chinmay? According to me,
yes, no, yeah, I'll answer this. See, when there are a lot of beginners, okay, and जब RP में starting में आते हो ना, तो you start with grinding only. So starting में you don't know how to RP because you are in your learning phase, right? You're still learning how to RP. You are still exploring things. तो वो exploring का मजा अच्छा वीट रहा है. बाकी के जो old RP players है, they already know it, so they don't grind much. उन्होंने already वो भी उनके starting phase में बहुत भयंकर वाला grind कर चुके हैं. लोग लगता है it's a beginner तो it's okay to grind. एंड कोई लोग लाइक 8-9 घंटे सर्वर में रहता है तो 8-9 घंटे नहीं कर सकते आरपी पूरा. इट्स एग्जॉस्टिंग. तो ठीक है 2-3 घंटा वो चले जाते हैं ग्राइंडिंग. मैंने आई डोंट थिंक सो देयर इज एनीबॉडी लाइक ऑलमोस्ट एवरीबॉडी ग्राइंड्स. एवरीबॉडी. कार लेने तो you have to grind. And it's okay to grind. It's okay.
No, that's his question is on a larger scale. He's not looking at actually what is happening in the server. Everyone grinds right now. Till a change in RP won't come, it will be a trend. So उसके लिए Utkarsh, you should understand that management has to understand what they want in the server. That's the management job.
ग्राइंड इसलिए भी तो होता है ना, टू कीप अप विथ ईच अदर्स लाइक कंपटीशन. लाइक अगर एक ने अच्छी गाड़ी ली तो दूसरे को भी लेनी ही है, तीसरे को भी लेनी है.
नहीं एक्चुअली उसके लिए नहीं. रियल रोल प्लेइंग का मतलब वो नहीं है. गाड़ी एक के पास होगी, दूसरे के पास गाड़ी नहीं हो सकती है, क्योंकि सबके पास गाड़ी रियल लाइफ में नहीं हो सकती है. इट्स ऑल अबाउट योर व्हाट काइंड ऑफ जॉब यू आर डूइंग एंड ऑन दैट बेसिस यू विल बाय अ कार. कल राका सेड दिस, यू नो व्हाट राका सेड, एंड ही इज वेरी मच करेक्ट. ही सेड एक आदमी वो पे वेटर है, लाइक ही इज गिविंग कॉमन दिस एग्जांपल. वो पे वेटर है, पर वो जब काम के लिए आता है तभी लैम्बोर्गिनी में आता है.
देखा था मैंने. आई नो.
It makes no sense na. Like how is that possible? Ki how are you churning out that much money if you're a waiter at some? Yeah, it actually doesn't make sense.
The boss only will leave a Uber tomorrow. He'll say what the fuck is मेरे को ये shame है.
नहीं करना तो मेरा पैसा भी लेके.
True.
That makes no sense.
So the
ऐसा हुआ है बहुत.
whole idea of RP should be कि मेरे कैरेक्टर का प्रोग्रेशन के हिसाब से मैं क्या खरीद सकता हूँ सिटी में. That has to be the meaning of RP.
That has to be the meaning of RP. True.
Now those grinding things which are there, the shop shops and all those things, those are kept. You know why? Because in the initial when the server launches, Okay, a fresh server without any backstory and all this. They launches. There is for content creators. There is not much things to do. They have to create a story. They have to meet. They have to make a own group and whatever it is. These are the things which are kept for him to just test on those things starting time, so that he keeps himself busy on things till he learns about other things. उसको दूसरे चीजें कैसे पता चलेगा? Because NoPixels, our servers, I'll tell you, all those starting phase work, no, like Dodo or other things like, Chop Shop or all those things are basically actually leading you to the future RP. वो मैकेनिक्स वैसे ही है. आपको जब वो करते टाइम ही और एक चीज के बारे में पता चलेगा. मीन्स आप इमेजिन यू आर गोइंग टू डिलीवर डोडो बॉक्स. सडनली जब डिलीवर करते टाइम एक पैड मिलेगा आपको साइड में, वो जो और एक चीज के बारे में आपको पता चलेगा उस टाइम पे. So that is the reason those things are kept, so that you learn through that the other thing which is there, not through meta. So it's still there on those bases only. So actually that people don't know that. So people have to understand these things. These are how the stories are built up. So yeah, we'll go to the next question. Which character most popular in GTA RP? Guys, that's very not a fair question. Everybody is good. Everybody is bad also equally on that.
Tao, actually, I want to say
I
something. I
feel
actually have to say something. I
Yeah.
have felt something. When like let's say if I'm working in a cafe in RP itself, and let's say anybody like your friend or a big streamer comes and abuses you, as a somebody working in London for such a long time, na, I feel like this is my workplace. You are the manager or slash owner or whatever you are. Okay, I'm a worker, and I should be your priority at the workplace. You have to tell him. If I tell you that I am, and this is like very common, they are like, "अरे नहीं, इसको job से निकाल देंगे." That is so wrong. Like I'm talking about, businesses are obviously NoPixel RP. You said business. So you have to, like, as a, like, I know India में, I don't know how it works, but here if I say I am not serving you, वो owner का दोस्त भी हो ना, I am not serving him, and I have all the rights. So this has to be, I
That
think,
is
explained properly.
why explain? That's for part of RP. That's a management's decision.
Because,
If your hotel management or your restaurant management has decided not to serve this guy, you don't serve it. क्या करता था वो चीज? क्या कभी कभी बंद करता था, सडन लोगों को ब्लैकलिस्ट पे मारता था, नहीं करेगा सब.
even I
Yeah.
हमने भी तो किया था.
No, I'm not talking about only, like, like only certain, but like I feel like you need to prioritize people working under you in your workplace. You keep your friendship out of your workplace. That is what one thing people need to understand.
yeah,
Keg knows because he knows professionalism है ही नहीं. दोस्त है मेरा, अरे दे दो. That's not how it works. That is I mean, that is something that ruins the whole RP,
No,
because
what you
क्या
are,
होता है
you are
when I
talking
used to
about,
like
1 minute, Enyo. You are talking about inside the management. You are talking about. I thought you were talking about the civilians which come and do too much. You are talking about the
I'm
management thing.
talking about yes, both the sides actually. They have to understand that they are at my place where I work, and if I say you are being rude to me, you need to humble yourself. You need to humble yourself because you are standing somewhere where I work, where I give my 8 hours of my life. So
Yeah, so
that is what I'm saying. That
normally
people
you're
don't
talking about
understand.
RP guys who come to do RP with
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
doesn't respect your RP on other ways. Yeah,
And they just start abusing, being abusive or being toxic in some way.
there are, see,
Sort
I'll
of.
be very straight. In the main server also, there's one girl who works on Bagashot and everything, and she's abused by Buddha and all this. But the whole idea is both of them are in character. Both of them are friends indirectly. But when they do the character, there was a time when Buddha was banned from Buddha's character was banned from coming to Bagashot. They had put a poster outside. Wanted बोल के, sorry, ban बोल के बुद्धा का, because he used to come and kill us, say bad words to us, something, bitch and all this, and run away, rob food of theirs and all those things. So it's played in the character. They keep it okay.
Yeah.
Progression में इसको he's not allowed here. And what they used to do is they used to hold a gun whenever Buddha used to come. They used to remove the gun and point him first only. So they used to play that game with that in character. But outside they're all good friends. But here there is a
And
higher
now,
problem.
that is okay with him because that is the whole RP he created, and that is the whole RP. But you know what happens here? Arey, nahi, he is my friend. How can you throw him out? I'll kick you out of the job. That is what happens over here. That's what I'm
No,
saying.
that is wrong. That is outside. That is
Yes,
higher,
yeah,
higher
that is my point.
That is
ना
IRL problem. That has
ताऊ
So
nothing to with
so
RP.
that is where the staff is there to protect you from all this. Nobody can snatch away
yeah
your RP that you worked hard for. That's what I'm saying. Like, see, at some point, no matter what happens, this will happen. But if the staff is there to back you up and they know you are not breaking your RP rules and you are supposed, like for example, बोल लो कि आप कैफे के ओनर
हाँ
हो, कोई आके आपको नहीं बोल सकता कि मैं जॉब से निकलवा दूंगा तुम्हें। दैट इज द स्टाफ एंड आपके बीच का बात है वो कि आपको मिला है वो अपने मेहनत से एंड नोबडी कैन थ्रेटन दैट।
हाँ
No,
but
see,
that's what people do ना that's what I'm saying
why
अरे
you
तो स्टाफ पे ट्रस्ट करो, आई एम
No,
टेलिंग यू इट्स
no, no.
नॉट,
I'll
नोबडी
tell you,
कैन डू दैट।
Vanny. No, I'll just clear something for Enyo, right? Enyo was telling about this. So the thing is, na Enyo, there are two sides for it. What you are affected is real.
हाँ
It's real because why? Because that person जो RP किया ना, उसने वो RP में नहीं किया था. वो IRL से आपको टारगेट किया था.
हाँ
इसी को इसलिए आपको बुरा लगता है. बट रियल आरपी में ना मेन सर्वर भी होता है. रियल आरपी में ना करते लाइक आरपी में करते कैसे वो करेंगे. एक बड़ा स्ट्रीमर भी होते हैं वो क्या करेंगे. अच्छा ये इसको इसने मेरे को कुछ बोला था उस दिन आरपी में या कैरेक्टर में एंड आई एम ओनर ऑफ अनदर बिग 2-3 बिजनेसेस एंड आई नो दिस ओनर ऑफ द बगर शॉट आल्सो दे वी आर गो क्लोज वी आर ओनर्स वी आर फ्रेंड्स वी हैव कॉमन इंटरेस्ट सो आई विल टेल हिम लिसन आपका वो उधर काम करता है कोई ना उसको निकालो ना क्योंकि मेरे को उधर इंसल्ट किया था बिकॉज मेरा ईगो नीचे गया गिरा पब्लिक पूरा पब्लिक थी एंड वो कैरेक्टर के साइड से बात कर रहा है नॉट दिस दैट कैरेक्टर ऑफ हिज इज टॉकिंग नाउ एंड ही टेल्स द
हाँ
अदर ओनर लाइक इन रियल लाइफ इट हैपेंस इन रियल लाइफ आल्सो सो ही डज दैट आरपी तो आरपी करते करते में वो ओनर भी बोलते हैं हाँ उसको निकालेगा मैं कौन है ऐसा वो उसी काम करने वाली लड़की चलो मैं निकालेगा उसको बट इज फ्रॉम आरपी इज रिमूविंग बट दैट टाइम ऑल्सो नो द मैनेजमेंट प्रोटेक्ट्स द इंटरेस्ट by not going into RP of that person they will allow that guy to remove you but will protect your interest by giving you another thing to play RP with. That's how
yeah
it
that's
is.
what I'm saying no Tao, it's okay to remove me but at the same time they have to understand that you have to keep certain thing as a professional Tao, if you come to let's say if I'm the owner and if you come to me and say Arey, this guy has been abusing me for so long this and that you'll be like if you be like Arey, na he's my friend don't say anything to him
No,
that is wrong na Tao but
the
at the
whole
same
idea
time
is if there is a IRL ingredient in it it's completely wrong.
yeah I'm talking about IRL ingredient
Yes, yes,
big
yes, it's
let's
completely
say if
wrong.
big streamer hai kuch bhi hai that is what happens so that is wrong like
Yeah, that is wrong. That you should directly come
yeah
to and talk to management. And now we even have this clarity come. You can come and talk to us and just tell about what is felt, and we will surely call that person and try to understand what was his point of view. And management is not fools. You can't fool them trying to tell them I'm in character, I'm not in character. Sub management को सब कुछ मालूम होता है. Only some management try to avoid and try to hide what they know to just protect somebody's right, and they will say no आप ही wrong है. That is that biasness which management shows. Many it happens in many this, but fair. हमारा तो simple है. Any of us, we are fair enough with everything. We being very straight to that because end of it, we want you to role play your story. We want him to role play his story. We don't want those things of somebody throttling on your story and stopping you from this. If he is doing that through even character, we are open enough to give you another place, so some other area will open up for you where you will able to progress your story. So that's not a headache on those things. We will take.
no I was saying that where the character mix na I was
Yeah,
talking
these things
about
should
that
stop. What you are saying is these things should stop. It should not
yeah
continue.
yeah I was just saying in
Yeah.
general like not
Uh,
only for me but for other people as well because for me I won't be facing it but there are a lot of people who face it
okay, girls, I will not able to take more questions or whatever it is because I
Yeah.
think these people are
Yes.
sitting down and we have crossed that time. So anyway, it was great. All of you all were there today. I am so happy today that you guys.
Thank you,
Yeah,
thank you, Tao,
I'm
for
I'm thankful
Thank you
to
for
you all
inviting.
because you all accepted the whole thing. I'm very thankful to you all for accepting this thing, which I asked you without any hindrances, nothing. You all just kept it like, let's go and talk about role playing and let's be open towards things. And that was a great thing. And I think everybody should also appreciate the thing, what has happened today, this podcast. And thank you very much again, all girls and all people who are watching right now. Please, can you spam hearts for all these beautiful girls and now Monica also?
Thank you so much for having
thank
us.
you, thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Tao.
you
Thank
Tao
you.
for
धन्यवाद जी
Bye
धन्यवाद
bye.
Bye. Thank you, Tao.
धन्यवाद.
It was fun.
धन्यवाद चलो I'll take a leave Tao
Yeah, me too. See you.
See you all later, okay?
बाय
ननिके मगे हिते
Guys, I will not put the stream off now. I will continue the stream because और एक podcast है पर हम एक 10 मिनट का break लेगा. I will take a 10-minute break to just refresh myself and I'll be back. I'll just play music, guys, and the other guests are already waiting. So we have the next podcast with Gunshot, Daddy Cool, Baga, and Raftar, Mr. MJ. So, guys, wait. Y'all also refresh yourself with a great thing what you'll have heard just now.
कितें सांगता तें म्हाका काय सोजमोना तुका पळय नासतना जेवणूय रुचोना एकेच नदरेत तुज्या मोगाना पडलो फाटी फुडें बेबी कांयची ती नासतना स्मायल तुजी पळोवन चेडे पिसे जाता तुका आपले करूंक पळय ते आशेता इंडिया केन्ना येता वाट पळयना रावता ना टिकेट काडून हांव Manari, sukamali na matama. Sonas tu zas mokotolo, focus tu kasarao tolo. Manari, sukamali na matama.
Talaga madawatena, urupe makapatelena. Manari, manahari, sukumali numbatama. Talaga madawatena, urupe makapatelena. Manari, manahari, sukumali numbatama. Many came again.
आजा बेबी तुझे गोवा ले आऊं गोवा के बीच पे तुझे घुमाऊं कर दूंगा सेट तुझे ये दिल में तो से मैं दूर कभी ना जाऊं करता हूँ प्यार में सिर्फ तुम्ही से ना जाऊं दूर कभी तू मुझसे ओ बेबी यू आर लुकिंग सो स्वीट एक बार तू मिला के गोवा हमसे
Many came again. Tue nura hengum yavi, evi levi. Neriye numbe na ke, magenet neha me hayavi. Sihi vevi.
Ma italaga madewatena urupe makapatelena ruwanari manahari sukumali na matama italaga madewatena urupe makapatelena ruwanari manahari sukumali na matama
Many came again.
yeah baba we
Many came again. Tue nura hengum yavi, evi levi. Neriye numbe na ke, magenet neha me hayavi. Sihi vevi. Italaga madawatena, urupe makapatelena. Ruwanari manahari, sukumali numbatama. Italaga madawatena, urupe makapatelena. Ruwanari manahari, sukumali numbatama. Many came again.
आजा पास मेरे ना हो तू शाय चाहता हूँ हाँ बेबी हो जा तू मान दिल को तेरे मेरे कर दूंगा जॉय ले आऊंगा तुझको लंका टू मुंबई क्या तेरे दिल में है बता मेरे जीने की वजह तू वनारी मनहारी सुकुमारी नमतमा मेरे प्यार की वजह मेरे सांसों में समा रुवनारी मनहारी सुकुमारी नमतमा
Talaga madawatena, urupe makapatelena. Ruwanari manahari, sukumali numbatama. Talaga madawatena, urupe makapatelena. Ruwanari manahari, sukumali numbatama. Many came again.
करता हूँ स्टॉक क्यों है इतनी हॉट चल चलते हैं हाँ बेबी हम शॉप स्टॉप फिर करते रहना शॉपिंग टिल 12 o'clock करेंगे पूरे सारे हम अपने शॉप फिर लेके चलूंगा तुझे कैंडी शॉप खत्म करेंगे सारे हम उसके स्टॉक ना कहना ना तू बेबी ना एवर मोर लगाएंगे हम अपने रिश्ते में लॉक क्या तेरे दिल में है बता मेरे जीने की वजह तू वनारी मनहारी सुकुमारी नमतमा मेरे प्यार की वजह मेरे सांसों में समा रुवनारी मनहारी सुकुमारी नमतमा
Many came again. Tue nura hengum hayavi sihivevi ma italangama davatena urupemaka patalena uvanari manahari sukumali numbatama italangama davatena urupemaka patalena uvanari manahari sukumali numbatama manike mage hite
ඉඩමක් ගන්න හොඳ ගෙයක් හදාගන්න කතා කරන්න අප්ලෑන්් එකට
Manike mage hite uduwe nura hengum yavi avilevi neriye numbe nage mage nenne hame hayavi sihivevi ma italangama davatena urupemaka patalena uvanari manahari sukumali numbatama italangama davatena urupemaka patalena uvanari manahari sukumali numbatama manike mage hite
ඉතින් එප මට නවංගු ගත හිත නුඹ මගෙම හැංගු අලෙ නුඹටම වලංගු මැනික වෙන්න පතාව සුනංගු ගමෙ කටකාරම කෙල්ල හිත වෙලා නුඹේ රුවට බිල්ල නෙතින් නෙත ගතම අල්ල මගේ හිතත් නැහැ මටම මෙල්ල කෙල කෙල වෙලා මගේ හිත පත්තු වෙනවද තව ටික කිට්ටු මට පිස්සු තද වෙන විදියට ගැස්සු ඔය දුන්න ඉංගියට මත්තු බඹරෙකි මම තටු ඉස්සු ඔය වට කරගෙන රැස්සු රොත්තෙන් හිත අර ගත්තු බඹරා
italangama davatena urupemaka patalena uvanari manahari sukumali numbatama italangama davatena urupemaka patalena uvanari manahari sukumali numbatama manike mage hite uduwe nura hengum yavi avilevi neriye numbe nage mage nenne hame hayavi sihivevi ma italangama davatena urupemaka patalena uvanari manahari sukumali numbatama italangama davatena urupemaka patalena uvanari manahari sukumali numbatama manike mage hite urupemaka patalena urupemaka patalena
Nescafe Basement Season 5 जागना तो पड़ेगा
रंग जा अपने ही रंग तू हो जा अपने ही संग तू रंग जा अपने ही रंग तू हो जा अपने ही संग तू बना ले छोटी सी दुनिया हो जा मस्त मलंग तू बोलू
खाली आंखों से सपने बुनता जा, मन अपने की कर ले तू, सबकी सुनता जा। ओ, खाली खाली आंखों से सपने बुनता जा, मन अपने की कर ले तू, सबकी सुनता जा। टूटी टूटी सांसों से लड़ता जा, बढ़ता जा, टुकड़ा टुकड़ा कर करके किस्मत चुनता जा। बोले तन मन जब
Hello, guys. Hello. Guys, can you hear me? Hello. Yeah. Guys, मैं ये stream ना off कर रहा हूँ. I will start this other stream. I forgot that there's another stream which is on other side. So there are people that side. So मैं एक काम कर रहा हूँ. ये stream मैं off करके वो stream on कर रहा हूँ. So I would love you guys joining that stream. Okay? ये बंद कर रहा हूँ. Okay, guys? Okay. Yeah. Thank you.